the 285 corridor down from Roswell into Hobbs and Lovington. As temperature readings in the middle 60s for Roswell this afternoon. Carlsbad Artesia at 66 degrees. Clouds over the area, high clouds. Hobbs and Lovington at 64 degrees. Boy, what a big warm-up on the way, as temperatures will go to 71 degrees in Roswell by Thursday afternoon, the mid-70s in Carlsbad Artesia. We're W105 FM. I'm meteorologist Ron Herberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Good morning.
This morning?
Guess what today is?
Today is National Hot Chocolate Day.
I'll make some hot chocolate.
I'll make us some hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate? So, where's the hot chocolate?
That is the largest cup of hot chocolate.
Happy National
Hot chocolate.
Chocolate Day.
You know what would be great right now? Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is ready.
It's showtime.
877-396-W105. And the Breakfast Club, another day in paradise. Question of the day: toilet paper or wet wipes? Keep it clean. Well, I'm not saying anything, just keep it clean. You know what I'm talking about, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
Keep her clean. Or
my answer is, depending on the situation, both.
Leaves.
Or maybe I should include bidets.
Yeah. When I rode my bicycle in Trans Am across the U.S., I took wet wipes with me. The kind that dissolve, that you can bury in cat holes.
Yeah.
Tom's like, what are you talking about, toilet paper or wet wipes?
He said leaves.
I said leaves.
Leaves, yes. Leaves work quite well. All right, 608. Today is backwards day. Appreciate your Social Security check day. I'm not appreciating it. It's my money. I put that money in. Why should I appreciate it? And then you're going to tax me on it?
Right.
It's my money that I already paid taxes on. Eat Brussels sprouts day. Hell is freezing over day. Inspire your heart with art day. Hot chocolate day and Scotch tape day. Somewhere in history, Scotch tape was invented on this date in history. Our number 877-396-W105. Love to hear from you this morning. 877-396-W105. You want to answer the question of the day? Not too much detail, please. Wet wipes or toilet paper. Or if you want to answer bidet, you can answer bidet. Tom, what is a bidet?
What squirts water up your butt, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you don't have to be so graphic. I mean, you know.
You could have just said it uses water to clean your backside.
Yeah.
And by the way, this story dates back to, remember we talked about this, but didn't do the question of the day. So sometimes I'm a little later to the punch. But yeah, toilet paper, bidet. America is not in the norm when it comes to toilet paper. Only like 21% of the world population uses toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
The rest of them use bidets, hose pipes, are wet wipes, I guess. But we're not in the norm, and it's okay for us to be different. I mean, we've been different for a long time. I mean, we're a different type of different now, but yeah, we've been different. All right, check out the weather this morning. Being brought to you by All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. Dry clean your clothes, starch them up. Find them today. They're in Hobbs, Lovington, Carlsbad, Artesia, and in Roswell. AllAmericanCleaners.net for more information. 65 and sunny today. Another day where it's looking really nice. Clear tonight, 41, and then sunny tomorrow and 72. We do have some rain in the forecast for Friday, and maybe the wind picking up for Saturday. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by our friends. If you're driving on 128 this morning, running low on fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down to the Twin Wells fuel station. Covered area, large facility. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, and the cool thing is they're open to the public. They take all your fleet cards, credit cards, and debit cards. So if you're driving on 128, running low on fuel, check them out, Twin Wells Fuel Station. Tom manning the text line, 877-396-W105. Tweet of the day on the way. Jean Carroll was on MSNBC gloating about the money that she was going to get from Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And that conversation just rubbed me the wrong way. Number one, you're gloating about somebody having to give up the money that they worked hard for. And there is not one shred of evidence against Donald Trump on the rape charges or the slander charges.
Right.
I mean, what it comes down to, his word against hers. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. So Trump is appealing this. We have to remember he has all these other trials and has to pay attorneys. Their goal is to strap him for cash, and they actually said it. Mm-hmm. They actually said that they're hoping that he's strapped for cash and has to sell his properties.
Yeah.
It's a sad world. The compassionate left really aren't that compassionate. No. I'm just going to say they're some of the most spiteful people out there.
They've never been compassionate.
And she even said that, well, it was more of a spiritual rape.
Whatever. Come on.
Right.
I mean, I played the cut for you guys a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Crazy. MSNBC host Joy Reid cursed live on the air, hot mic moment. And what I don't get it is the way she did the cussing. Look, when you're working in TV, you know exactly how long that cut is. 13 seconds. Okay, I got 13 seconds. And chances are they're going to be potting my mic back up, turning the mic back up right after that. And that's what they did, and that's when she dropped the F-bomb. So
it shows you what she really thinks about Biden, though.
You're 100% correct. So Biden said that he's ready to act if Congress is serious about solving the border issue, which Reid uttered, starting a
bleep, bleep.
F-bomb war.
Right. Yeah.
She is now expected to face harsh discipline actions for telling the truth. And for the first time in her career, she actually told the truth.
In a while.
PETA continues to insist that Groundhog Day needs to go. Phil needs to retire. Phil is treated so well in that town that they got a groundhog spa named after him. Just saying.
But he's
Phil
being manhandled.
Most PETA members.
He's being manhandled.
Most PETA members live with 5 roommates and 8 cats. Serious. Yeah. Broadway legend. Is it Cheetah Rivera?
Yeah, she passed, didn't she?
Passed away, 91 years old. And Clarence Clearwater Revival. Have you ever seen the Revival returned and brought Billboard rock streaming chart? It's actually number 24. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. That's one of my all-time favorite songs, and of course came out in 1971. One of the
Down on the Bayou?
most favorite songs here in the Philippines for videoke.
Huh? Oh, for real.
Number 1 is "Take Me Home, Country Road," John Denver.
I believe that.
Good song.
Yeah, that's the number 1 song that's sung. English song. Illinois Election Board punted and Trump's eligibility question.
They did the right thing.
They did the right thing. They just said, let the people decide. So they did the right thing. So the election board in Illinois finally does the right thing. This sickens me. This sickens me. The parents of the fallen soldier that was killed in action. Joe Biden hasn't called them. Joe Biden hasn't called him. In fact, they were told they had to fill out paperwork before Joe Biden can call them.
I would have told him to kiss my...
Right.
Where is the compassion? And let me just say this
I
much.
thought he was the commander-in-chief.
You would think.
Part of his job.
Why do we have people in Syria? Why do we have people where all these attacks are going on? Why do we even have people there? Just pull them out. Just pull them out. If you are not going to treat our soldiers better than that, just pull them out.
Yeah.
Why do we have people there anyway?
Good question.
In a country that hates us, we're not going to just pull them out. No sense. No sense even having them there. 617, we are and the Breakfast Club. Tom and the text, our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, a name you can trust. Look, folks have been trusting these guys for a long, long time. I've got 4 or 5 friends that have used Seminole Siding, and they all come back and give me the, said, man, I'm just saying, I know they advertise on the show. I'm just going to say these guys are legit. They do exactly what they say they're going to do. They come out, they get the job done, they inspect it to make sure everything is good, and they go way beyond the call of duty. Had a friend of mine that had roof damage, and they went out and took care of his roof, and he said, man, they work with the insurance company. They did everything. Give these guys a call at Seminole Siding. Their number 575-391-1430. Follow them online. You can go to Seminole Siding and Construction.com. They do metal buildings. They do siding. They do seamless gutters, metal roofs, and shingle roofs. Of course, doors, windows, and everything. Maybe you're thinking about putting a facelift on your home. Hey, that's what our buddy Will Rooney did. They did the facelift on his home, and it looks like a completely different home. Check them out, Seminole Siding at Construction.com. Tom A. and the text, it's 19 after 6.
We're going to the phone lines. First of all, good morning. You are in the Breakfast Club.
Hey, what's going on? It's Mad Dog.
Mad
I'm on
Dog.
a day trip.
Mad Dog, you are B in the Breakfast Club.
What?
You are B in the Breakfast Club.
I still didn't understand what you said. I guess I'm getting deaf.
You are. What's up this morning? What are you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, I was just going to say, B, are you getting ready for the Super Bowl and you going to catch the opening ceremonies and all that good stuff?
No. I'll be boycotting for I think this is my 14th Super Bowl.
Dang.
So it's the 14th one that you're boycotting?
Yeah, I haven't watched NFL I have not watched one NFL game in 14 years.
Well, good for you. I'm proud of you, and I'm gonna jump on board that ship because I'm about sick of it too. That wasn't why I called. I read it. There was a couple things. Y'all already touched on the Joy Reid deal. Isn't that hilarious that she behind the scenes she says really what she really thinks. But
yeah, well, look, I think there's a lot of people that are not happy with Joe Biden. A lot of folks.
Well, what the other thing I was going to say was that. In the Hobbs paper this morning, there's an article about trying to transition Hispanic oil field workers.
Yeah, they had that
away
meeting
from
yesterday.
Oil and gas jobs to clean energy jobs. And here's what I would say to all the Spanish people out there: if you want to keep your job and you want your relatives to have a chance at having a good paying job and making a career out of it, you better go with Republicans or conservatives, because and Trump he'll create more jobs because he's a capitalist, and that's what capitalists do. if you want to get on welfare and stay on welfare, vote for a Democrat. That's all I got to say.
Well,
hey, thank you, Mad Dog. By the way, we're going to do.
They had that meeting yesterday up in Santa Fe.
Right.
And they took people out of southeast New Mexico up there, and they billed it as, an oil and gas event, and it immediately was anti-oil and gas.
Yeah, we'll do taking out trash, because there is a bill that talks about Hispanic workers are not treated fairly in the oil field. So I'll get to that.
Have y'all got one more? Can I say one more thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, if here's the deal on the toilet paper, or normally I would say use toilet paper, but if you got a hemorrhoid like Tom sitting next to you, you better use a wet wipe.
Damn right.
Have a great day, Mad Dog.
Thank you. The medicated pad for Tom, for sure. All right, 622. We are being the Breakfast Club. Alec Baldwin arraignment date has been set.
Yes.
For the deadly Rust movie set shooting. That court date is coming up tomorrow. Grand jury indicted Baldwin involuntary manslaughter, and he was charged on January 19th. So he will make a court appearance tomorrow. Can't wait for that. We'll see where that goes. 11 a.m. tomorrow in Santa Fe Court. I just can't see him serving a day in jail.
No, that's part of the governor's favored class. There's no way he's ever going to be found guilty.
All right, Tom, I have a question. Who's more popular, Donald Trump or Taylor Swift?
I would say Taylor.
You think Taylor Swift is more popular?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say that.
You did.
But Donald Trump reportedly said that he's more popular than Taylor Swift. Here's the deal. Taylor Swift is a international superstar.
Yes.
International superstar. If we look at Taylor Swift in the United States, I would say Donald Trump is up there. Now, here's the deal. If we dig a little deeper and say, is Taylor Swift 18 years and older, eligible voters, Donald Trump is more popular.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one.
So, 10-year-olds can't vote, last time I checked. Well, they might try to change that. So,
they're trying
Trump
to get
said
16.
that he is more popular than Taylor Swift.
Yeah, the Beatles were more popular.
He did have 80 million people vote for him and lost the election. Yeah.
Yeah, he had record number, by the way.
Yeah, that was a record number. For whatever reason, my tweet of the day is not loading, so I'm going to have to I'll keep talking. FBI violated hundreds of Americans' constitutional rights in a Beverly Hills raid. Appeals court rules. So the FBI violated private citizens' constitutional rights when it seized contents from hundreds of safety deposit boxes in 2021 at a Beverly Hills location. This was not a bank. This was a independent place that had safety deposit boxes.
But aren't they ruled by the same rules that banks have to go by?
They are. They are. And when you go into a safety deposit box, you have to have a warrant from a judge.
Right.
They had no warrant, and they went into 1,400 safety deposit boxes without individual criminal warrants for each. They violated many people's constitutional rights. A judge has to give.
Yeah, and they have to have a reason.
The only person that can issue a warrant is a judge.
Right, because they have to have a reason to go into a particular box.
Now, they have also been doing the same thing with Facebook posts.
How so?
I thought we had that conversation. Social media, they were going to Facebook and getting information, or was it Apple? You said maybe I'm off on that.
It was Apple. I thought
Apple.
Oh no! I know what you're talking about. It was Amazon because they own Ring cameras.
Amazon.
Oh, that's right.
They own the Ring cameras, and they just go to Ring and say, "Hey, can we have that footage?" And Ring was like, "Sure, here you go." So if you have a Ring camera in your house, yeah, no warrant, not at all.
Wow.
Now they are now changing that on Ring, saying, "Oh, well, now you got to have a warrant." But if you had a Ring doorbell camera, or you had Ring cameras in your house or around your house or at your business, any police could just call up Ring. They had a little form that they filled out and said, "Hey, we need the footage from this camera at this location." And Ring would go, "Okay, here you go."
Wow.
And of course, Ring is owned by Amazon.
Right. Not good.
No.
Not good. Violation of our rights. All right, well, whatever reason, my Dropbox, but I'm going to find... Oh, one more Taylor Swift story. Jason Aldean, his tour broke Taylor Swift's attendance records inside the United States.
That's awesome.
Good.
So, and I'm not a huge Jason Aldean fan.
No.
But, good for Jason Aldean.
No, if I'm going to listen to rap, I want it to be good rap, not not
Jason
poor boy
Aldean is
white
part of the
rap.
reason that screwed up, brought in bro country. All right, New Mexico Senate passed their first anti-gun bill yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Went through the New Mexico Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So Democrats holding substantial minority, Republican members pledged to fully utilize tactics to strengthen their position and potentially delay the Democratic initiative they oppose. This strategy was evident during the recent debate over the bill aimed at banning the carrying of firearms in polling stations on Election Day. Discussion was interrupted by Republicans invoking a call of the Senate, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and the first anti-gun bill passed, where you cannot bring a firearm to a polling place
Within 100 feet.
Yeah, within 100 feet, which is a overreach by far.
Even if you have a concealed carry license.
Yeah. The other thing that happened, red flag law also, didn't that pass?
It hadn't gone to it came out of committee.
It hasn't gone to the Senate yet.
Right, it came out of committee.
Yeah. Also, we're near the midpoint, and they haven't even talked about budget. This is a budget session. So priority bills that the governor wanted to pass, one of them was tabled. Family leave was another one that she wanted, and changing the state's oil and gas laws. So
you can't let things like the budget and important things like that get in the way of all these social things.
Yeah. Latest version of the proposed budget includes $20 million more for CYFD. Congratulations. You guys are doing such an awesome job. Let's give you more money.
Awesome.
Fantastic. You guys are doing great. You know, we got kids sleeping on the floor. We have somebody working for Child Protective Services actually providing drugs and alcohol for kids that actually they ran away from the facility so they could go live at his house. You guys are doing an awesome job. Thank you. All right, we got the tweet of the day being brought to you by our friends. If you're looking to get your CDL, this is the place to go. King Driving Academy. King Driving Academy, 1430 West Bender and Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. 2 weeks of theory training and then 2 weeks on the road. The course is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. Does not come with any books, any computers. Everything is hands-on. Right now, save $500 on the course. They offer flexible course schedules and more. Give them a call, 575-441-7835, 441-7835. Tweet of the day this morning. Tom, I think I've said this before.
Okay.
We are all slaves to the government. I think I've said it multiple times, but this guy makes it sound better.
And then they just kept it. Just to get us through. Yeah, like 2 weeks to stop the spread. Now we're a bunch of slaves. Like people are like, oh, bro, you take it too far. We're not slaves. We're free. No, we're not. You work for the government. I work for the government. When you add up all the tax that you pay for income tax, that you pay to own things, to hold things, to buy things, you pay more than 50% of your revenue to the government. And if it's not more, it's right at. For everybody else that's not in the lowest bracket, it's over. And then we have these millions of people that don't pay any tax that get the benefit of those taxes. That's not right either. You know the income tax?
Yeah, I mean, 50% of the money you make is tax. They take 50%. We are all slaves to the tax system now. And I love using the analogy back in the day. My grandfather paid about 5%. My dad paid about 15%. Here I am at 50%. And I think this is supposed to be a tax that, was going to fund the war and it was going to go away.
Another lie.
It did not work that way. All right, thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service. Boom or bust, they are there for you. DEF values, unleaded, interstate batteries, they've got it all. Find them at wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is, I wouldn't do anything for a Klondike bar. But, I mean, I'd do some shady stuff for tacos and whiskey. Just saying. 632. 632. Gavin Newsom.
That is home.
Gavin Newsom, talks about equality and equity and all of that stuff. But when it comes to appointing people, Gavin Newsom appointed 52% white people in 2023 to state positions. What do you think the white population in California is nowadays?
45%. About 60.
34%.
34%.
Yeah.
Whoa.
34%. That sounds low.
Sounds like a minority.
It is. Definitely is. So Gavin Newsom had the chance. 39 million people live in California. White people make up 34% of the population. Hispanics make up 40% of the population. Black folks make up 5% of the population. Asians make up 15% of the population.
Wow.
So when it comes to equity and inclusion, you would think Hispanics would have got a pretty good amount of those jobs.
Right.
Unfortunately,
what's up with that, man? What's up with that?
And the crazy thing is, why are we actually looking at this craziness? Let's just give the job to the best person. I think that would be awesome.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Tom on the text quickly.
All right. This is text saying, screw the new laws. Laws mean nothing in this country anymore, says the texter. And then goes on to say, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, the border, etc. Yeah, we know what you're talking about. And Swift, this is according to Buddy, placed a $3 million bet on the Chiefs in the Ravens game, or she paid the referees. Either way, she won, says Buddy this morning. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Another texter says, hey, we need to pull those troops out and put them on our border.
Yeah, good luck with that,
says the
yeah.
But
I do think, if they're getting bombed in Syria, you either react quickly or you just remove the troops.
Oh, no. Look, Jack, I've decided how I'm going to retaliate.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll retaliate when we want to retaliate. Yeah. All right, Article 4, Section 4. Tom, you know what that is, Article 4, Section 4?
It's somewhere in the Constitution, right?
Yeah, you want me to read it, B?
Yeah, go ahead, read it, and then I'll play this cut.
The United States shall guarantee to every state in the Union a Republican form of government, which we have, a representative republic.
Mm-hmm.
And
wait, I thought we had a democracy. Where's this democracy?
No, never have. And shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature can't be convened against domestic violence.
There you go. Here, this guy goes on. This guy is a Texas legislator, And he's talking on legal ground where Texas stands. There are a lot of people out there that are saying, well, Texas is violating the Supreme Court. No. The Supreme Court said that the federal government has the right to take down the barriers.
Correct.
In this case, the Constantine wire.
Correct.
So they have the right, but it didn't say that Texas could not lock the federal government off that land.
And it didn't say that they couldn't continue to do it.
Exactly. So the federal government was very specific at what they said. So they're not violating the Supreme Court at this point. But listen to what this guy says about the federal government not doing their job, and it falls into Article 4, Section 4.
Article 4, Section 4 says basically that every state is guaranteed protection against an invasion by their federal government. And it would make sense that our founding fathers would make provision for a circumstance, given that they were pretty wary of a central government. And in Article 1, Section 10, it says, if there is an invasion, or, this is important, imminent danger such that will not permit delay, the state has the sovereign constitutionally protected power to defend its border, protect its citizens, and enforce the laws of the land. And I would posit that not only do they have the right, I think it's the duty of the state to protect its citizens. So let me tell you a few things in closing that I believe to be true. Number one, the state that fought and won its independence against another country is not going to play passive victim to a failed federal government.
There you go. I think he is spot on at what he's saying.
Yep.
And so they stand with the law. You know, it's I'm not going to boast. I'm not going to say this is great, but Cori Bush yesterday. Tom, you see the you know who Cori Bush is?
God, I forgot who it was.
Member of the Squad. She is a representative from Missouri. She was elected after Michael Brown in Missouri. But she was charged yesterday. Breaking news coming out about Cori Bush. Listen up.
This breaking news now. Sources have confirmed to Fox News that far-left Democrat Squad member Cori Bush of Missouri is now under federal investigation for misusing federal security money. Bush has spent more than $750,000 on private security since she was elected in 2020. Now remember, these are the same people who defunded the police, but then had to have private security. A watchdog has also demanded that the Federal Election Committee investigate $62,000 of that money that Bush paid to her now husband. He was her boyfriend back then. She hired him to be a security guard from her campaign account.
But he does not have a security. I guess it wouldn't be called. He's not a licensed security company.
Imagine.
Which lies the problem. But why would she have to be protected? I mean, she wants to defund the police. Now, could she use campaign contributions to fund security? I guess she could.
I think so. I think
certain rules about that.
I think she could. Now, look, could she pay a family member to do that, or a boyfriend, or a hookup, or what? Look, the law is very specific.
Yeah,
very, very specific. But here's Cori Bush from 2021 talking about, I need security, but defund the police.
I have had attempts on my life, and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend $10 more on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police and put that money into social safety net. I'm going.
But you need
security.
You need security. Yeah, but everybody else does not need the security. Yeah, I got you.
That's why
I got
people
you.
flee St. Louis.
Yeah. Oh, in droves. In droves. All right, Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Get in touch with them. Look, their subsidiary, Crud Energy Services Hiring. They're looking for folks right now. They are looking for folks that they've got like 5 openings, including service supervisor, training program, CDL required, diesel mechanics. They're looking for you. Electric technicians, the E-techs. They're looking for you. Equipment operator, CDL required. Also, experienced pressure pump hands. Don't forget, housing's available. They offer one of the best benefit packages in the industry and great pay. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Here's where you can find them. Text Oilfield to 63566 or just go to the website, greatoilfieldjobs.com. 642, Tom.
West Texas Intermediate checks in at $76.99, $81.97 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $2.08.
All right, 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. They would love for you to go visit the store. If you're living on a farm or ranch, they have all the supplies that you might need. Looking for hardware supplies, they have a full-service store, hardware store, right at their location. Also, they've got the annex building with everything you could dream of. Check them out today, your certified Purina dealer, and they have all your Western wear and work gear. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, also online at roswelllivestock.com. Find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Looks like State Higher Education Department introducing bill to make hazing a crime. Hazing. Hazing, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. So this would be a 4th-degree felony. I guarantee you, and I'm just going to point out the obvious. I guarantee you there is a law on the books as we speak that if you do harm to somebody through hazing or anything else, it is against the law.
Correct.
We make so many laws, and this is the overreach because of what happened at New Mexico State when that young man was hazed by the basketball team, and they took it. They took it a little far. They definitely took it a little far. When you sodomize somebody, yeah, that's taken a little far.
Yeah.
But we already have laws on the books that are against sodomizing somebody and assaulting somebody. And do we need another law, a hazing law?
No.
I'm just saying.
The problem is we don't enforce laws we already have.
Yeah, that's the bigger problem. Lawmakers want to fund upgrades to the Roswell Airport to attract national air races. So they're asking for $100 million. This would be a $100 million economic impact for the region.
Yes.
Now, do we spend that money for just to get the air races?
I don't know.
I think marketing is part of that, big part of that.
Well, oh, wait, holding an event, we're not going to do any marketing.
Well, but, the good thing about it, though, if they get that capital outlay money, this is why Tim Jennings is in the right place to be the mayor of Roswell.
God.
He has contacts, long-time contacts on Santa Fe. That can help us get that money.
So what you're saying is backroom deals are okay as long as you're in favor of them.
Is that the way deals get done?
All right, here's the deal. They want $10 million to do the improvements.
Right.
They say in the first year that the economic impact would be $100 million.
I believe that.
For the region because of the races.
But isn't that airport going through some struggles right now in Roswell?
Well, the airport management has going through a lot of struggles.
Yeah.
We have invested a lot of money through the years for companies to move out there and refurbish planes and do all kind of other stuff. I'm not saying that's a complete success, but $10 million is a lot of money, but it's not that much money.
No.
So they would have to build grandstands and all kind of other stuff to stay in line. You know, the problem is, will people support this?
I think they will.
We're going to have aliens fly in. They might support that.
There you go.
I'm just saying, look, are people going to support it?
Maybe.
I think.
And I'll say this also. The UFO Festival has not reached its pinnacle peak.
Never has.
When the Lee County Fair pulled more people than the UFO Festival.
But I think if they do it, I remember when I was in Midland, they recruited the Confederate Air Force to come to Midland from Florida.
Wait, you can't say Confederate, Tom.
And for like 30 years it was there.
That's not politically correct now.
Well, I think they left a couple of years ago, but it was a big economic.
I mean, if it works, great. $10 million is not that much, and Roswell needs something like this. They do.
They do.
They definitely do. But part of the problem is, have you ever been to the base?
They got to prove that, man.
So, Blake, I want you, next time you're going through Roswell, to go visit the base.
Okay.
Go visit the base. Look around. It is not the most appealing place.
No, it ain't.
It is like... It's like putting the airport in the ghetto.
Oh.
Wow, you hit it perfectly.
Yeah, I'll go look at that next one there.
So, all right, 647, Mayorkas, the impeachment articles to remove him.
2 of them.
They voted on that yesterday?
Yes.
Or they voted on it and it passed to the next step? Is that the way that works?
Yes, it's going to the floor.
So, they approved it in committee and now it goes to the floor. Now, if he is impeached, just remember, that doesn't mean he's out of a job. He's got to be removed from the Senate, and that's going to be tough going.
It will be the first time a cabinet secretary has been impeached in 148 years.
Well,
that too.
The guy failed to do his job. No ifs and buts about that.
Right.
He failed to do his job. Biden's immigration. Biden says he's done all he can do.
Okay.
He said it.
Was that while he was eating an ice cream cone?
I have done everything that I can do to completely destroy the border. I reverse stay in Mexico. And that's what brought on the flood of people. And, of course, telling people to come one and come all. So here's Biden as he's getting ready to get on the airplane or on the helicopter. And he said, I've done everything I could do.
With executive authority, is there more you could do? Absent all I can do. Just give me the power.
I've done everything I could do. Pass the bill.
No, then he said, give me the power.
The bill, we don't trust you. We don't trust you. Because you reversed everything that Donald Trump did, and we saw for the first time that immigration numbers were down. And look, you don't have to be that smart. Even Tom could go on Google right now and pull up those numbers.
Is that a challenge?
Well,
but yes, it is a challenge. Chicago alderman is done. He is upset. He's tired. He's tired of giving money. Here's what he had to say about illegal immigration.
Now, I've said this before. If you give me 3 meals, housing, child care, education, a voucher for $9,000, you know what? I come to Chicago too. And that's what they're doing. They're telling people, and they're sending money back to back to Venezuela, to come to Chicago because they're saying, hey, the good times are rolling there. They're taking care of everybody. Now, when we have Venezuelans that are driving cars, Where did they get a driver's license? Where did they get insurance from? And then you have Venezuelans being caught with drugs and guns. Where are they getting them from?
Wait. Somebody can come across the border and get a gun? They didn't get the memo?
Flash.
No, I guess not.
So blacks are getting very, very upset. You take it away from them. Mayorkas, impeachment hearing. Representative Thompson, from Mississippi. Here's what he had to say about you MAGA Republicans.
The sham impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas is a baseless political stunt by extreme MAGA Republicans. Chairman Green, Representative Margaret Taylor Greene, and others have pushed for and even fundraised based on this pre-planned, predetermined scapegoating of the secretary.
Scapegoating. The highest numbers of the history of America when it comes to immigration. Scapegoating. And, of course, Melanie Stansbury, New Mexico's own socialist, had to jump on board and talk about the immigration bill.
After voting on yet another cynical bill put forward by the House GOP as part of their political stunts this week around immigration. Now, as you all have probably heard this week, Donald Trump pulled the plug on a bipartisan immigration reform package that was being worked on in the Senate.
Donald Trump did not pull a plug. Donald Trump is not in office. How can Donald Trump pull a plug? She continues.
And so now the House Republicans are trying to run these crazy bills on the House floor that won't actually solve any problems or go anywhere. And all of this is because they're trying to do Donald Trump's bidding for the 2024 election. But what we know as New Mexicans is that we need a fair, just, and humane immigration system, and we're going to keep fighting until we get some real solutions.
You know what we need is a system that's fair for the American people. Ultimately, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't need a system that's fair for foreigners. We need a system that's fair for us. Americans are tired of paying the taxes.
Right.
We're tired of footing the bill. And I think this next election, you're going to figure this out because immigration is the number one talked about thing. When you ask people what's the number one concern, immigration is number one.
Yep.
And I think they finally figured out that they've been lied to.
Yep.
Speaker Johnson talks about immigration, about Mayorkas.
Joe Biden and his administration have created a catastrophe on the border. Everybody knows it, and the American people are demanding that we do something about it. We're trying. As you all well know, many months ago, the House Republican majority passed H.R. 2. That's our Secure the Border Act, which has all the necessary provisions to get this catastrophe under control. Why did we pass the legislation? We passed it because the president has refused to use his executive authority to reverse the catastrophe that he used his executive authority to create. That's the fact.
Yep, that is the fact. He created the problem. It wasn't the problem before. He created the problem. And when it comes to Mayorkas, look, I think Mayorkas is just following orders. Here's what Johnson had to say about Mayorkas.
The Homeland Security Committee will take the next necessary step that's available to us, marking up and passing articles of impeachment for Secretary Mayorkas. He has presided over and helped usher in the largest illegal immigration catastrophe in our nation's history. It's not even close. Again, this is a self-evident truth that everyone knows. He has willfully undermined America's laws. He's made false statements to Congress and the American people. He made false statements to me personally in the Judiciary Committee many months ago. And he has handicapped law enforcement.
And Donald Trump said it again. If he is elected, here is what's going to happen.
We have millions and millions of people here. It is not sustainable. Did you see in New York City where they're getting the regular students out and they're putting migrants in their place? We are going to have the largest deportation effort in the history of our country. We're bringing everybody back to where they came from. We have no choice.
We have no choice because these people have no housing, they have no jobs, they have no no way to live, so they are going to be on the backs of the American taxpayers. And we have enough of that. We do have enough of that. Greg Abbott talks about immigration. Here's what Greg Abbott, Texas governor, had to say.
This is the number one issue in America. Americans want a secure border. If Joe Biden federalizes our National Guard, that would be the biggest political blunder that he could make. And that's why I think he will not do it. That said, of course, I am prepared in the event that they do make such a blunder to make sure that Texas will be able to continue to secure our border.
Joe Biden's not going to do anything. I'm just here to tell you he's not. All right, 6:56, Tom on the text. We're going to take a break in just a second. National anthem and the pledge on the way. Things that happen on this date in history, taking out the trash and more. And I got a story about a Texas university that they canceled their culture graduations. We'll get to that next.
All right, did you know, guys, that back in the day, Roswell, or today now, the base is known as Little Juarez, says the texter. Another one says that the base in Roswell, Tom, you know, your bus would be $1 million mansion compared to what's out there now. You know, when I was in Roswell, there's like a museum there at the airport. They had pictures of the housing for the Air Force personnel, manicured lawns and everything. Now, well, you don't want to go there now. So that's the biggest problem
Look,
they got.
They're good, hardworking people that live at the base, but they're also a really bad element.
So I think that's the biggest challenge, guys, is to clean up that. If they're
Well, I mean, look, you get off an airplane in Roswell, you go one way and you see a junkyard. You go the other way, you got to pass through all this other stuff. It's not a good look.
No, it's not. That's the biggest challenge. Another text says, you know, many months.
Sir Cam Jennings, he's the right man for the job, right, Tom?
He's got connections.
Why don't you read some of the text to talk about that,
He can
Tom?
bulldoze a lot of that stuff like he does in his vehicle.
That ain't right, man. Hey, by the way.
Oh, no, ain't wrong.
Many months, did y'all hear that they're going to put a processing station on the south side of Carlsbad to process immigrants, says the texter?
I have not heard that.
I hadn't heard that at all. But
We need to get in touch with Mike Smith, see if he can give us more information.
Yeah.
Mikey?
And did you see that Snoop Dogg is ending his beef with Trump, says the texter?
Yeah, I saw that. He said that he's got plenty of love for the Don.
Yeah. By the way, and I said that the other day, he's quit smoking marijuana.
No, he has not. He was doing an ad for a smokeless fire pit.
Say
he said it.
No, he did not.
Ending his marijuana way.
No, he did not.
Do we have to tell you you're wrong on the same thing?
Telling you, I'll stand
a
up
month
to it.
ago, yesterday, now today. Now, please don't ever bring it back up.
Look, Tom, I'm going to settle this for you.
Tell me.
He is the spokesperson for a smokeless fire pit.
What's it got to do with marijuana?
That's why he's given up the smoke. The smokeless fire pit. Not talking about marijuana.
It's marketing. You know the marketing you talked about the Roswell air races? Yeah, it's marketing.
So now he's smokeless.
And how, he's a spokesperson for a smokeless fire pit.
Can you just read
like
the text?
BioLite or something?
Just read the Texas.
And read the one. He won't read any of the ones about his buddy Tim.
Straight up 7 o'clock, KWMW, Malmore, 105.1 FM. I'm late, and I'm blaming you.
Okay.
Get to him.
Good morning, guys. And by the way, this is John from Utis. Impeaching Mayorkas won't change a darn thing. They'll just get another traitor minion in there to fill his shoes. Everybody with any sense knows that, says John. So one of you is going to have to explain it, Tom. Laugh out loud, says the texter. And if Snoop Dogg quit smoking weed, it would probably kill him, says another texter. And one more. Tom, Snoop is giving up smoking is like you giving up your buffet. Hey.
If we have to discuss Snoop Dogg giving up smoking weed one more day, I swear I'm going to jump on a plane.
Sounds like a song. Jump on a plane.
We've told you time and time again. Texas University of Texas, Austin. announced that they are canceling culture graduations due to the Lone Star State's recent law banning diversity, equality, and exclusion. UT sent an email out saying they will cease funding cultural graduation ceremonies. Tom, why you act like that's a surprise? Do you understand what cultural graduations are?
Sort of, kind of, maybe.
That's a no.
It's like black graduations, Latinx graduations.
Yeah.
So why are we having separate graduations for other people? It's called segregation, people. It's something we fought against back in the 70s. The 60s and 70s, we fought against segregation. And then minorities are fighting to segregate now?
That's dumb.
Anyway, it's done because University of Texas doesn't want to lose that state funding.
Of course they do.
So, all right, Tom, what's your number one Super Bowl commercial?
All time?
All time.
I'd have to say the one with John Wayne. And the Ram truck commercial.
John Wayne?
My number one, I don't know which one that is, the John Wayne one. I think I remember, but I don't. So,
what's your number one?
Did not make the top 7.
My number one is the Budweiser Clydesdales right after 9/11.
All right.
That's awesome. And that did not make the top 7. So the top 7 Super Bowl commercials of all time.
Are they?
Old Spice, the man your man could smell like, came in at number 7. Remember, it was that former football player number 6, Pepsi, Cindy Crawford commercial in 1992.
Oh, that was
number
a good one.
6, Snickers in 2003 through 2010. You're not you when you're hungry.
Right.
That commercial was number 5. McDonald's, the Showdown, 1993. That was Larry Bird and Jordan.
Right.
Commercial.
Right.
Wendy, the iconic "Where's the Beef" from 1984.
Where's the beef?
That's number 3.
Right.
Number 2 was the Macintosh commercial for Apple in 1984.
Right. Where she throws the hammer.
Right.
Yeah. And number 1 was Coca-Cola, 1979.
Joe. Yeah. Is that with the kid that's taking what's his face's jersey? Mean Joe Green's?
Yeah. I was going to finish.
I'm sorry.
But thank you. I'm going to take a break and go see if I can take a Valium. 7:03.
Take one for me, too, would you?
Oh, Kevin.
You know what I took
I'm
this
about
morning?
to have the show remove you from the studio.
Whatever. But, you know, I took 2 B12s this morning, and I'm energized.
You know, I'm going to say congratulations, Tom. That's a good step in the right direction.
Awesome. God bless you. Check of the weather this morning. Being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. Give them a call in advance. You want them to prepare meals for everybody in the office or on location, they can do that. 575-736-2573. Serving up a awesome home-style breakfast as we speak. Or you can get in there for lunch and get the regular menu items and barbecue now on the menu. Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. Check them out today. Sunny today, 65, 41 coming up tonight. Clear tonight, 72 and sunny tomorrow. But on Friday, we have a chance of showers. And by Saturday, maybe the wind is going to be picking up just a tad. Tom on the text quickly.
All right, Toby from Hager, but Tom, you're a special kind of stupid. You really are. Says the texter. Another one says B12 to Tom must be pure Colombian. Says, what is that, hot dog or something?
Sure.
Oh. And, you know, what's the name brand I need, says the texter, of those fire pits? Who sells it? Snoopy, the dog.
Well,
asked the texter.
I'm not sure if it's the one Snoop Dogg does, but BioLite does a smokeless fire pit.
And I know we talked about this, but Joe from Hobbs is saying, any news on that truck convoy? You said that yesterday, right?
Yeah, today they're going from Baton Rouge to Dripping Springs. So Baton Rouge, Louisiana to Dripping Springs, Texas tonight.
And, another text is saying, California wasn't concerned about emissions when they legalized weed, though. Laugh
and
out loud.
If you want to follow that convoy, it's takeourborderback.com. You can follow anything on that.
So I'm watching the tube right now, and I see New York City officers being beat up by migrants. I'm talking about kicked while they're on the ground. About 15 of them jumped 2 police officers. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. People just passing out. No one helps police officers nowadays. It's a sad world we live in. So will these people be deported?
No.
I'm just saying, if you assault a police officer and you're a visitor to our country, your butt should get the fast train out of here.
But if you're here illegally, they will fire the police officer.
Oh. All right, some of the stories we're going to talk about. Another fire at a chicken farm. We'll tell you about that. Mexican man charged with attempting to smuggle a gun through a New Mexico port. I'll tell you where he came from. Could it be Seminole? We'll talk about that. Bill banning guns near polling station passes the Senate. Joe Biden, how much money is he given to the UN? And what did the UN do with that money? I'll tell you about that. And PACs. We talked about how much money PACs. Future Forward is the name of this PAC. It's a Democratic PAC. We'll tell you how much money they have spent. Oh, it's a boatload of money. You got to hear about this. We're going to get to the national anthem and the pledge. Also, things that happen on this date in history and more. Check in with news this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. FR jeans. They've got jackets, coveralls. They've got winter wear. We're not done with winter. I know today's supposed to be 72 or 65. And then tomorrow, 72. But we're not done with winter. You can count on that. No. Winter it'll rear its ugly head again. They've got all the safety gear, steel-toe boots, everything you're looking for, and furniture, appliances, electronics with zero-down financing. Go talk to Rig Outfitters about zero-down financing. Scrub Outfitters is right next door. They have the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Healing Hands, Metcouture's, Peaches, they got all the big names, and they've got a huge selection of compression socks. Comfortable shoes, compression socks, scrubs, Scrub Outfitters. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall right next to Rig Outfitters. We're coming back. We got lots of stuff to get to. Let's qualify you for the trip that we're giving away to Disney from W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Services. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Tax filing season is here, and starting this year, New Mexico families able to claim a new child tax credit that ranges from $25 to $600 per qualifying child. A credit, which is based on income, generally decreases in value as income rises. This new child tax credit is expected to provide an estimated $180 million total to 292,000 families statewide. In 2022, New Mexico legislators joined other states creating a child tax credit. State officials then increased the value of the credit last year through House Bill 547. This is the first tax season with a credit now available to apply for in the state. Pipeline needs in the Permian Basin grew in step with oil and gas production, leading a midstream to expand its water transmission line in southeast New Mexico to meet the demand for wastewater disposal in the region. Oklahoma-based NGL Energy Partners said its subsidiary, NGL Water Solutions, was expanding the capacity of its Lee County Express pipeline system, more than doubling the line's capacity from 140,000 to 340,000 barrels of water per day. The project will add a second pipeline to the system, along with additional disposal wells and facilities intended to add more capacity to meet growing water disposals in the Delaware Basin, the western edge of the greater Permian Basin in southeast New Mexico. University of New Mexico Lobo alerts raise concerns for students. One of the most recent, a sexual assault reported inside one of the campus halls. Salvador Rodriguez, a UNM student, said that compared to last year, this year's alerts are different. Police are saying students able to access emergency services sooner by using apps like Lobo Guardian, Lobo Alerts, and Emergency Blue Lights. Rodriguez said his advice for students is to continue to stay safe. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad I just want to play Got Your Nose with a polar bear? Today, I got a serious case of the goo-goo. Over them do-gooder, panty-waist, squirrel-hugging ninnies known as environmentalists. Yeah, Runt Wilson come in duck in last night. Said he just spent $19 to some bleeding heart loser who was going to save the majestic wild spaces of this country. He goes, get this. He said, Earl, if you turn on your sink and clean water comes out, you can thank an environmentalist. I said, that's fine. But as long as we're passing along high fives and warm, fuzzy hugs, I got some more thanks I'd like to give to them environmentalist weenies. If you fill up your truck and it costs more than your first truck payment, thank an environmentalist. If you're trying to merge onto a highway full of barreling 18-wheelers in a little four-banger that weighs less than only one of them trucks' 18 wheels, thank an environmentalist. If the only way your car can do 0 to 60 in 10 seconds is if you drove it off a cliff, thank an environmentalist. And if you get your heating bill this month and think for a minute you were charged for heating a Superdome, thank an environmentalist. And if you go to a national park and get eaten by wolves, thank an environmentalist. Because remember, environmentalists make the world a better place. Unless, of course, you're a human. Wake up, America! So thank environmentalists. They help the environment. And frankly, they're just a little bit mental doing it. I am Earl Pitts, American Pizza.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Shop their lot, overflowing with Ram Tough trucks. For a limited time, Sierra Blanca Motors is offering an unprecedented 13% under MSRP on their entire inventory of new 2023 half, 3/4, and 1-ton Ram trucks in stock. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your four-wheel drive headquarters. No gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, ever.
Class A CDL driver and heavy equipment operator opportunities are available now at McNabb Partners in Hobbs. If you have Class A experience with a dump truck or belly end dump, apply today. If you have experience with a backhoe, track hoe, loaders, or road graders, hurry down to 5014 West Carlsbad Highway to apply. McNabb Partners also has openings for general laborers. Uniforms provided. Don't miss out on paid health, dental, vision, and life insurances, plus a 401k. Apply in person today, 5014 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McNabb Partners is an equal opportunity employer. Must pass pre-employment drug screen.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hey, man, who's behind the mic? What's all the hype about?
And the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
January military, Houthi striking fear. January obituary, it's Joe Coy's career. January the primaries, Trump leading the way. January mortuary, DeSantis DOA. Defamation compensation hits 83 mil. January judiciary, Trump in court got killed. January luminaries, who's on Epstein's flights. January adversaries, Kimmel and Rogers fight. January extraordinary, Michigan's the champs. January legendary, Belichick leaves the Pats. Jason Kelsey's Harry Valley rocks as the Chiefs roll. His little brother's girlfriend's going to the Super Bowl. Your Fox News watching stepdad's fucking football sold its soul. Cause Taylor Swift is going to the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift is going to the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift is going to the Super Bowl.
I hate to tell you, Taylor Swift could have went to any Super Bowl that she wanted. I mean, she's got the money.
So there's a lot of good prop
My wife
bets on
just
her,
brought me. We got a party going on downstairs, and the beginning of Fiesta. But Tom, look at there. Tom, you in the studio?
He is now.
Sitting right here, brother.
Look at the camera. My wife just brought me.
Loopy.
There you go, Tom. Look at the cake.
Oh my God! What kind of
Two
cake is
big
it?
pieces of cake.
Dang, man.
The problem is, as I'm looking at this,
You're right.
Is that mango? Because I don't do mango.
Now that'll get you fat in a hurry, wouldn't it?
So when she came in, did you say, "Man, look at that cake"?
No, I had money sitting over here because one of my loans somebody paid me after
Wasn't
me
Tom.
shaming it, and so she was looking at the money. That's
Money.
You want to go to Thailand? I don't think that's even enough money to go to Thailand. All right, I was pretty proud of myself today, being the cheapskate I am. Replacing ink. I print so much stuff. It cost me about $50 a week in toner. And I proceeded to take apart the deal that they send you with the toner inside. And I said, I bet I can fill this thing back up. To put it back together and shoot the toner back in the... Because everything, it's got like it's not a SIM card, but it reads it mechanical. So I proceeded today. Of course, got toner all over the place, but what the hell? I filled that thing up, and hell, I'm printing. That's going to save me over a month time. That Tom, how much is that? $50 a month.
That's $50 a month.
How much is that a year, Tom?
50 times 12 times 2. That's $5,000.
So why would you
600.
times 2?
Well, don't you get it twice a month?
So if you did
$100,
if it was $100 times 12, would be how much?
5,000.
No, 100 times 12.
5,000.
100 times 12.
I'm trying to do easy math here, B.
That would be $1,200.
Okay, and he's only spending 50, which is half. So how much would half of 1,200
so
be?
1,200 divided by 2 would be
$5,000.
I think he's trying.
College degree. I mean, for everybody that is saying that I need to go out and get a college degree, I'm going, why?
But you guys don't include the way they package it, the way they ship it, and everything else.
It costs $50, Tom. It doesn't matter what the other stuff is.
$5,000.
Dear sweet baby Jesus, please.
I think he's trying to be obtuse.
Obtuse. I'm not obtuse. Oh, that means
New
bad?
study finds
No.
that leafy greens can actually boost your oral health by better than mouthwash.
Oh, wow.
In fact, they're saying mouthwash is not good for you because it actually kills the good bacteria. But leafy greens can boost your oral health, which, Tom, I'm just going to say right now, you're going to have bad oral health.
Well,
for
I
the
did
rest
have a
of the
stick of celery this morning with peanut butter.
That's
not
not a
gr-
leafy green.
So anyway, scientists telling us that spinach and lettuce,
Kale.
putting that in our mouths are better than mouthwash.
Mint.
So, and with Americans, I'm just going to say,
good luck.
It's not going to be possible unless it's covered with chocolate and caramel.
Or cheese. Or cheese.
New survey finds 50% of people would choose a larger stone on their engagement ring. But luckily, this isn't a real concern for Gen Zers who are ditching the idea of marriage. I mean, they ditched the idea of marriage faster than the idea of work.
Yeah, well, you know why, though, right? Because if they get married, they don't know whose parents' basement to live in.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Amanda Elizabeth Davies, daughter of Eric Slevis of One Life to Live.
Yeah, I was going to say Ray Davies from the Kinks, but okay.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was. Passed away at 42.
Wow.
And the 99th annual college football East-West Shrine game.
Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday. On the NFL channel.
Mhm.
So you get full of kids that have been out of school.
A month at least.
Talk about something that's outdated. I mean, like the Pro Bowl.
Black football.
The Shrine, I mean, just. Senator Joe Manchin's wife, Gail, was hospitalized following a car crash on a business trip. Of course, Manchin hasn't decided if he is running for president as a independent.
Well, he's got to figure out if he's going to use all that Egyptian gold and other money coming from questionable sources in the Mideast, if he's going to spend that to run.
Oh, him too?
Yeah.
Not just Menendez? Wow. Crazy. All right, check of the weather looking good today. Weather being brought to you by Zia Guns. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. Find them in Roswell, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 firearms in stock. Check them out today. Zia Guns. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And they have such a large inventory of guns. I guarantee you'll find what you're looking for at Zia Guns. And if you've been thinking about getting personal protection items, maybe you are somebody that's never in your life thought about owning personal protection, but things have just got out of hand and you need personal protection, go talk to them about lethal and non-lethal personal protection. And, we got gun laws that are coming down the pike. Mm-hmm. And, the truth is something that our legislature in New Mexico, the truth, it's not something they will go on. They won't stand on it. In fact, they'll out lie about a loophole in gun licensing and gun getting the background check. They'll out and out lie about it. So go and talk to the guys at Zia Guns, Miss Amanda and her family and staff, good people, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Tom, another fire at a chicken farm in Bryan, Texas.
Uh-oh.
The Feathercrest Farms in Bryan, huge blaze erupted. If you go online and look at that story, video footage shows a massive fire. Plumes of smoke all across. Now, Bryan is where, Tom?
Texas.
Yeah, where at in Texas?
I'm going to see Bryan. I was going to say out there by Texas A&M.
Where's that, Tom? Good
Bryan
Lord.
College Station.
Oh,
Wow.
good Lord. Do you know what part of the state that's in?
Well, it's out there by Texas A&M.
Where is that?
Middle of Texas. I've only driven by there once.
You're
Yeah.
about an hour from Houston.
Right.
Yeah, it's north
The
of
back way.
Huntsville. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're not really far from Houston. Huntsville's right there.
If you kind of did a little triangle, well, a straight line. If you did a straight line between Waco and Houston, it would kind of fall in there.
It's 3 hours from there. Yeah.
Mexican man charged with attempting to smuggle 14 guns out of New Mexico port of entry. So the man from Mexico was charged in a federal court attempting to smuggle guns at the Antelope Wells port of entry in New Mexico, according to the news release from the Office of the United States Attorney for the District of New Mexico, David Wiebe, 51 years old. I've never seen this name, W-I-E-B-E. He's from Wiebe?
Yeah.
He's from Mexico, but he was charged with smuggling guns from the United States, trying to get them into Mexico. According to the criminal complaint, those guns came from Seminole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's a common surname among the Mennonite community.
That's what I was thinking. He's a Mennonite living in Mexico. Huge population in Mexico.
And they travel back and forth quite often. A lot of folks in the Seminole area that are Mennonite to the Mennonite colony in Chihuahua.
So this guy had the guns packed in a vehicle that he was exporting, and he did not, of course, he was towing it. He did not have the proper documentations for that vehicle. That's why they started looking into it and found the guns that were wrapped beneath the center console.
Wow.
So he had paid $350 per gun and was trying to smuggle them in to Mexico.
I wonder if he got them from one of those buyback programs.
Well, maybe that's where they came from. No doubt. All right, 727 be on the Breakfast Club. Text line is open. Morning show being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. If you're passing through Lovington or maybe you're here, get into Butcher Block and get a burrito this morning. No sense you starving yourself to death, right, Tom?
No.
Get a burrito.
Yeah.
These guys have 30 years of experience in the meat market service end, and that's why their food is so awesome, is because their meat is so awesome. So everything begins with the product, so their burritos are awesome. They also offer stuff like smoked meat throughout the day. They can do specialty cuts. They have hamburger patties ready to go. You pick them up; they're frozen. You can have a bunch of different varieties, including green chili. So, and you can call in advance and place your food orders. I'm sure they'll allow you to place your meat orders also. Then it makes it very easy for you to get in and get out. They do daily lunch specials, weekly meat market specials. You can find those on Facebook. You can check them out on Facebook. 1422 South Main in Lovington. Call your orders in advance at 575-739-7778. And don't forget, on the weekend, they're serving up menudo. Tom and the text.
Excuse me. B, I just love it when Tom is on because he makes me really feel smart, and I have a form of dyslexia. Okay, dyslexia.
And it's amazing all this time I've been talking, but when I go to him, that's when he coughs.
Yeah, I know. It just came up for a second. You know, where I see my numbers backwards and my math is better than his, says the texter. Now
I'm dyslexic.
Right.
I'm dyslexic.
And this one texter says, man, Tom, John from Utis, you took 2 B12s and you're energized and you still can't read the text, right? You might want to take 2 more, says John from Utis this morning.
Maybe you need to take some ginkgo. That way your brain starts working.
What's ginkgo?
Ginkgo biloba.
Oh, I'm not punchy.
It's a herb. Oh, not Balboa. It's Baboa. I think.
And this texter says, if it's smokeless, can you burn it indoors?
No.
Says the texter.
Still has a flame.
Oh, it still has the flame? Okay.
It just has a little, it's got, I don't know, a lot of those smokeless fire pits have something around the edge which basically recirculates the smoke so it never leaves the pit.
Oh, nice. B got one more text. Do we have a phone line?
Yeah.
Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Hey, Kevin.
You ever wanted to kill somebody from far away?
Yeah, I'm out here by Malaga, New Mexico. I like to shoot right into Lovington and smack that fool upside the head that keeps saying says the texture. I got an offer for you. I will bring a shot caller to the station and drop it off and send you the remote in the Philippines as long as you shock him every time he says the texture. You need a counter, a bell, something.
I'm telling you, I mean,
on the radio.
Hey, somebody bring me a bell. That would work. I could ring it every time.
Every time he says it, ding the bell, or maybe he'll get the hit or a clicker for like the dogs. You could train them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
but
God.
y'all gentlemen have a good day, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it from the texter.
Made his day, didn't we?
We have. I'm talking about when Will was part of the show. Quit saying from the texter. Everybody understands that we're going to the text. It's from the text line.
Mm-hmm.
But he continues from the texter.
Well, we got another one. Kevin, it's an old fact that all these vehicles, a lot of them, are hauling junk cars, junk buses from the U.S. to Mexico. Sometimes they're carrying the money from drug cartels and also carrying ammo and guns. I don't know why the government doesn't inspect those vehicles before they leave the U.S. into Mexico. Heck, I thought everybody knew that, says the texter.
Well, I mean, and they should have to undergo, go through the X-ray system.
I think
that would show up.
I think I got a cowbell at home. Should I bring that up here?
I think Russ has one right there next to the window.
No, he didn't find it.
No.
It's right there.
No.
It should be. At least it was when I left.
Yeah, it's not now.
I do have a drill. Handy dandy drill. I brought this in because I'm like, tonight might be the night.
All this for poor little me.
Poor.
Little.
By the way, guys, did I tell you that? I'm retired, semi-retired. I'm semi-retired now. So now on my email stuff.
Every day you have to say you're retired.
Right.
Are you?
Every day.
But the thing about
Are you?
I started getting a lot of email.
Are you really?
Yeah. I started a lot of email from the stuff the government wants to give me. They said, Mr. Reese, you're now eligible for food stamps. You're now eligible for rent.
Oh,
you're not eligible for utilities.
Emails?
Huh?
Where are you getting these emails?
Well, U.S. resources.
No. He wants to know which email you're logging
you're
into.
Getting these.
Well, I don't know. I get them. I guess everybody gets them when you're retired.
What email?
Oh my God!
Are you using?
Oh my Lord! I am talking to somebody that doesn't comprehend.
He wants to know what the email address is.
The source of the email?
No.
For you. What email are you getting these from? What email account are you using?
My account.
What account?
Is it the radio station account, or is it a Yahoo account?
Yahoo account.
Or Gmail?
I have Gmail too.
Which one?
One of those two.
So let me ask again. Where are you getting the emails?
From the Yahoos.
Did you ever search on Yahoo or Google for information about Social Security?
Never. No. Even if I wanted to, I don't need that stuff, to tell you the truth.
Evidently, they're listening to you.
I guess.
Bill banning guns near polling sites.
His phone is always on.
So, 100 feet from a polling site. And you know what makes it crazy? 50 feet from a drop-off box. How do you enforce that? Because a drop-off box could be outside a postal service.
What if it's outside a gun shop?
And how are you protecting anything by saying somebody can't have a gun strapped to them near a drop-off point?
Especially since Peter Worth said that it was about protecting the poll workers.
So, is it protecting the box?
I guess. You know, when
if guns are so bad, Cori Bush should not need to spend $700,000 on protection. Just saying. All right, this next story really got to me. Joe Biden gave $121 million in taxpayer funds to the Hamas-tied UN agency since October. That money went directly. So are we playing both ends of this? We give money to Israel, we give money to Hamas?
Of course.
Is that the way that works?
It is.
And guess who's talking to Ukraine now? Guess who's getting buddy-buddy with Ukraine? China. Zelensky has had several meetings with folks from China. So we're giving all this money to Zelensky, and he's meeting with our enemy.
Yeah, he's going to kick us to the curb.
After we paid off their national debt and bought him 2 damn yachts.
Yeah, he used you for all that he wanted. He's going to kick you to the curb.
And China will step in. All right, but China is friends with Russia.
They're buddies.
Gee, where do you think this could go wrong? Or is it all a behind-the-scenes tactic for Zelensky to slip away on his little yachts?
Who knows?
And Russia just to go ahead and take over.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, we got the national anthem and the pledge coming up. We got things that happen on this date in history, things that happen on this date in history. We got taking out the trash and more. Tom on the text. Tom, if you would, God bless you.
All right, so Mad Dog is chiming in. He said, China is just our competitor. Come on, man, says Mad Dog this morning.
We're our enemy.
Yeah. And another text is coming in. He says, sometimes Tom even doubles up. He starts with Tom from the text line, and then he wraps it up, says the texter. That's Stu from Lovington this morning. Okay. And
well, just from the text.
Right. And then Buddy says, there is all of that he talked about is in his spam folder.
He's talking about you.
Right. So I guess I'll be getting all that free stuff. And Russ says, this texter says, Russ took the cowbell home so he wouldn't be tempted to smack Tom in the face with it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
When he says something stupid.
Russ, bring it back, please.
Yeah. And Zelensky, this one says, he kicked the little sister to the curb and hooked her up with her older sister, says the text.
And that's not just a metaphor.
Right.
Said the text.
And there you go. Beep. Oh, well, there's one personal message for you. Well, he's asking. Smokey in Arizona just came in. Hey, B, have you finally been able to finalize the adoption of your daughter, by the way?
No, I got my first meeting coming up on next week on the 5th. And then I have a meeting a week through the month of February. The last one, February 26th. And then it begins that I get that done and get the paperwork done. Then I go to the U.S. Embassy. I got a lot of work still to do, but working on it.
Okay.
I could bring her across through the southern border. She'd get that $5,000. And I'm just saying there are alternatives. 7:39, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Taking out the trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. Always like me to mention to please give to Lovington Animal Shelter. They need monetary donations and they need volunteers. Call them directly, 552-3669. Call them today. I'm taking out the trash. This makes absolutely no sense. New report says that migrant workers working in the oil and gas industries deal with unsafe work conditions. University of New Mexico study conducted reports that 8 in 10 migrant workers surveyed knew someone who had accident while on the job. And 28% knew somebody had died on the job in the oil field. Report also found that half do not have medical insurance. And some surveyed said that 80% do not want their children to work in the oil patch. Although large segments of the workforce do make large wages, that's a main driver for workers continuing to work in the oil and gas industry. But not all members of the workforce have high wages, according to Professor Gabe Sanchez from New Mexico University, Center for Social Policy. Report states that 46% of the industry workforce is Latino, many of those who are migrants. Imagine that, since the population of New Mexico and total is Hispanic-based. Imagine that 46% of the workforce in the oil and gas industry would be Latino. And I could probably take this same story and change it to white folks working in unsafe working conditions because many of them are roustabouts. It's a very dangerous job. That's why they're getting paid big dollars. When it comes to having insurance, some people choose not to have insurance. Most of the major companies offer insurance. And if they were injured on the job, guess what? It's mandated by the state that they have, Tom, what's that called? When they have to have that certain type of insurance? What's it called?
I couldn't tell you.
Workers' comp insurance.
I've never used it. Never used it.
He didn't ask if you used it, Tom.
Well, that's why I didn't know. I've never used it.
I'm taking out the trash. Stuff like this does nothing but separate people based on color of skin.
Right. And it was
that's all it's about.
And it is horribly racist from the get-go.
Yeah. And let me just say another thing. I'm about done with that fool over there. Workers' comp.
Who's he talking
about? I'll let you figure that out.
I'm having a rough time this morning dealing with that fool. Yes.
He's crazy, man.
Between no, I'm not joking. I'm serious as the heart attack that you're going to have one day.
This one text is saying, though, it's a corporate world that the days of migrant workers under the table are gone.
That who?
Yeah, it's a corporate world, says this text, that the days of migrant workers under the table. Migrant, that's what I said. Migrant workers under the table are gone. I call that BS.
Oh, and he wasn't. No, the study, they never said they're paid under the table. They just said that they're migrant workers. It was extremely biased, and you can go, and like I said, that was what we did.
That's on KRQE.
And our top story today in the News Sun. And our top story today in the News Sun. And you can go watch that whole thing because it's recorded. And I hope you speak Spanish some so you can understand some of the workers, because only one of the workers that they asked, and by the way, all 5 of the ones that they interviewed were from Hobbs. Only one of them spoke in English.
I mean, could we say that tower climbers, very dangerous job?
Yeah.
Okay. What about people that put up the wind energy?
Very dangerous.
What about people that sit across from Tom?
Very dangerous. It feels like my head is going to explode by the time I get home. I get to bed at night. Every night the wife's like, "Why can't you go to sleep?" Because I think my head's going to explode from dealing with this fool.
Oh, God. And then you go to sleep, don't you?
And then he acts like I'm kidding, and I'm not.
Then he goes.
All right, would you call election interference? I mean, we hear about election interference all the time. Nancy Pelosi talked about election interference. We're going to have to check in on this. Well, when a Democrat super PAC is spending $250 million in advertising in battleground states, isn't that election interference?
Yes.
$250 million. Tom, how much money do you think Donald Trump's campaign has raised?
I'm going to say 80 million.
I think it's closer to 100.
Yeah, I think it's like 110 or
the neighborhood.
But then you've got these guys that are spending $250 million.
A lot of money.
That's what I call election interference. Naked woman wielding a sharp edge vegetable peeler. Right, convenience store worker. Is that your story?
It was yesterday, yeah.
All right. A vegetable peeler.
Yeah.
By the way, she was drunk and naked. Did I fail to mention that she was naked?
No. And then, like when the cops got there, she was pleasing herself.
Yeah,
Oh,
vegetable. Now, and in all due respect, she's not like a vegetable like Joe Biden, but I mean a vegetable peeler. All right, things that happen on this date in history coming up in just a second. Our number 877-396-W105. Some of the stories we'll talk about during the next break. Oh, looks like the U.S. We've got syphilis. We'll talk about that. The highest rate of syphilis cases in about 50 years. La Bamba actor was at the Roundhouse yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And new study talking about dementia and Parkinson's disease. And there's maybe fasting. Fasting can protect you. We'll dive into that in just a second. And a Colorado skydiver falls to his death. Freak accident. And a Florida man arrested after running into a thrift store. We'll tell you about that and more coming up next. Tom in the text, quickly.
Dude from Lovington, I can't believe it's only 46% Latino in the oil field. It's got to be at least 80%. That dude is saying, huh. And no need to change the name vegetable peeler to Biden peeler, says the text. That's Aaron this morning. And another texter says, is it true that Donald Trump has chosen Ben Carter as vice president, or is it the internet full of it? Please advise.
No, he hasn't announced it yet.
And announce who the VP is. And there you go.
Lots more, Tom.
All right. Here we go. There's no way that the syphilis outbreak is from the border crisis. I don't know. Strange things happening out there, that's for sure. And my dog is chiming in. He said, she'd be a perfect candidate. Tom's girlfriend says.
Is she made of plastic? Do you have to blow her up?
Well, I don't know. And by the way, on Dangerous Job, driving to and from work in the oil field is very most dangerous job.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. Say one more thing.
What's that? Say one more thing?
You missed a whole.
I don't have it up on his screen.
I can't see you.
When he's reading the text, he can't see the cameras.
All right, things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms and the Endor Firing Range. Go by and talk to our buddy Dwayne Pennick and his friendly staff. And they have the Endor Firing Range. Don't let bad weather keep you from getting your practice in. And once you get in there and you shoot in the climate control, you're probably going to go, this is awesome. This is simply awesome. And not only that, you can go through the FBI simulator and do a bunch of different scenarios that's super cool. Train like the professionals train. They've got ammo in stock. They've got guns. They've got optics. They've got tactical gear and more. Go visit them on the website, 2atacticalrange.com. If you're going to be driving from out of town, go to the website for more information. They're at 236 East Navajo, Suite 1200 in Hobbs. Cool thing is that if you want to rent one of their guns, they have a huge variety of guns to rent, including full auto AR. They do one-on-one training. Maybe you are thinking about buying a gun for personal protection, and you've never shot a gun. You should get training from one of the professionals. This is not your typical gun store. 2atacticalrange.com for more information. Stop in 236 East Navajo, Suite 1200 in Hobbs today. Things that happen on this date in history. Looks like a telescope made by Alvin Clark discovered the dwarf companion of Sirius on this date in history. 1905, person drove a car over 100 miles an hour for the first times.
Oh.
Do you have any idea what words he uttered? Somebody fix the brakes. Germans announced that they were going to begin a policy of unrestricted submarine warfare on this date in 1917. Magnetic tape wire recording was developed by Wireland in 1948. Richard Nixon was very happy. These
for a little while.
These Are My Children, debuted on NBC in 1949. RCA demonstrated the first synthesizer on this date in history in 1955. Peter Frampton was very excited. Tom, Peter Frampton. James Van Allen discovered the radiation belt in 1958. Ham became the first primate in air in space.
From the U.S.,
Yeah, and was on board Mercury, if I'm not mistaken, in 1961. His name was Ham, Tom, because he was a ham.
16 and a half minutes.
McDonald's opened up their first restaurant in Russia in 1999. National Hot Chocolate Day. National Backwards Day. Final day of January. February arrives tomorrow. Groundhog Day is Friday. Justin Timberlake is 43, heading out on his big tour this summer. Tom, what's the group he used to be with?
Don't remember.
Was it New Kids on the Block or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
I was wrong all the way around.
Right.
And Tom, he was married to somebody back in the day.
Jessica Simpson.
Dated somebody back in the day.
Jessica Simpson.
Britney Spears.
Oh, is that Britney? Okay.
I mean, she wrote a book about him. Not just about him. Kerry Washington is 47 years old. Ellen DeGeneres' Mr. Cortelia Del Rossi is 51 years old today. Mimi Driver is 54.
Great movie.
Best known.
And Return to Me.
Best known for
Minnie Driver. Return to Me, the movie.
Breakfast Club?
No, that ain't her.
No.
She was in Grosse Point Blank. She was the radio DJ.
Netherlands, the former queen, Beatrice, is 86. By the way, she just stepped down, said that she was too old and was making room for the younger folks. National anthem and the pledge coming up in just a second. Weather is going to be awesome today. Sunny and about 65. 41 tonight, 72 tomorrow. Tomorrow we've got rain in the forecast for Friday and a chance of maybe again. Check out the weather being brought to you by North Star Laundry. Find them and Carlsbad and in Loving. They can wash, dry, and fold all your clothes. They can starch them up, dry clean them, keep you looking good. They also have coin-operated machines if you want to take care of that yourself. Cool thing is, if you're working and maybe in the oil patch, or maybe you're just a hard worker, you want to spend all weekend washing clothes, drop these clothes off, let them do them for you. 406 West Cedar in Loving. Also find them at 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad and 604 West Church in Carlsbad. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. 7:55. Tom, wrap up the text. National anthem and the pledge up next.
Jeff Rowe, the syphilis outbreak is from the Arabs coming across the border with their goats, he says this morning. And Minnie Driver, I loved her, and Good Will Hunting, that movie. And the dude from Lovington is chiming in. Ham is buried at the Space Museum in Alamogordo.
Really? That's cool.
Really? Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and we're caught up.
And I guess this is for me to read to you, Tom.
All right, go ahead.
It says, tell Dummy to read 5 texts in a row back to back and don't reply until after.
Okay. Well, as soon as we get those texts.
Tom, I'm going to give you a series of numbers.
Tell me.
And I want you to remember them next Monday.
Okay.
And Blake, if you make sure he does not write these down.
Put your pen down.
04.
04.
04. Under the 04.
15.
Under the 15.
2023.
Under the. That's not a bingo number.
None of them were bingo numbers.
Oh.
You but genius. So what is the numbers I just gave you?
04.
15.
2223.
2023.
Good neighborhood.
You really need to go to a good neurologist. All right, we're coming back at 7:56. 7:56. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge. Being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Started her business with farmers at the age of 19, 40 plus years later. Still going strong, still helping folks. Find her at 226 West Vega and Hobbs. Or pick up the phone and give her a call. 575-393-2661. Can take care of all of your insurance. If you are a young couple just getting started, just bought a house, you got cars, maybe you don't have life insurance yet, that's something you really need to talk about. That's something nobody wants to talk about, life insurance. Nobody wants to talk about dying. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I always want to talk about, and that's making sure that my wife is taken care of long after I'm gone. Think about that one. Give Rebecca a call, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, proud sponsor of our national anthem and our pledge at 7:58.
Good morning. My name is Jack Zeeble. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The tiny but mighty 7-year-old singer from Los Angeles, Malaya Emma Chandragwijaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag
God bless America. God bless you. Straight up 8 o'clock, KWMW, Malmore 105.1 FM. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Psalms 55 this morning. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken.
Hello, I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that he will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
8:02, we are W105. Beautiful day today, about 65 and sunny. Let's check in, find out what's going on with news being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale. You can find him in Roswell, serving all of southeast New Mexico. Give him a call, 575-208-5300. Go to the website, ragsdalelawfirm.com. Luke's the guy that settles the big cases. One case, $10 million in the oil patch, $9 million in a medical malpractice case, settling cases for slip and falls, car accidents, and it goes on. Personal injury cases, he specializes in that. Give him a call today. If you've been maybe accused of something criminal and need somebody to defend you in the court of law, Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. Let's qualify folks for the trip we're giving away to Disney. Then we'll come back and check out, find out what's going on with news on W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World!
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. This coming Saturday, February 3rd, is the one-year anniversary of a toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. The White House says President Biden will be there sometime next month. He was criticized for not going then.
People were really, really mad at President Biden, and the administration gave us a whole list of stuff that he did. We know that he sent the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, but that's not the same thing.
Fox's Peter Ducey. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is closer to becoming the first cabinet secretary impeached in 148 years. The House Homeland Security Committee voted to approve articles of impeachment, setting up a vote maybe next week on the full House floor.
The 18-15 vote comes as Republicans decry his handling of border security. All committee Republicans voted in favor, while the Democrats unified against it.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty. There's not enough support in the Senate to actually remove Mayorkas from office with a 2/3 vote. America's listening to Fox News.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP, nipple up, and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
In their game against the Carlsbad Cave Girls, the Lovington Lady Wildcats fought hard, but just came up short. Coach, Chief Bridgeport.
It's just one of those things where you felt like we could never get over the hump, give them credit. Well, I know we didn't shoot it very well. We've got the non-district behind us pretty much. It's a brand new season.
Coach, how did you address the team as you head into district play?
Well, we just talk about there's not much room for error. When you only have 6 district games and where you finish is so important in the seeding. So we know we have to be playing our best, and every game is very important.
So, Coach, what's the book on the district this year?
You know, right now, Artesia Portales ourselves are, I think, in the top 8 in all the polls. But Goddard, you can't overlook them. Big, and I've seen them play, and in district, everything always tightens up.
After opening district play at Artesia, the Lady Wildcats will host Goddard on February the 6th.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
Attention all hunters, gun and knife collectors, and reloaders. Los Alamos Ammo is holding its annual winter gun show in Carlsbad at the Pecos River Village Conference Center on February 3rd and 4th. 2 big days of new and used guns, ammunition, scopes, reloading supplies, and knives too. Lots of great gift ideas. Come have lunch and enjoy the show. The Carlsbad Gun Show is Saturday, February 3rd from 9 till 5 and Sunday the 4th from 10 till 4 at the Pecos River Village on Muscatel. Everyone is invited to come buy, sell, or trade. Be there.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500, 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
Dear winter, Toyota's got 22 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From winter-ready SUVs like Grand Highlander and RAV4 to steady sedans like the Camry all-wheel drive, Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, and the Majestic Crown. Plus rugged trucks like Tacoma and Tundra. We're ready for winter action with solid traction. Yours, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer's websites as of 11/21/23.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota. Let's go places. The global demand for oil and natural gas is growing, and leaders are looking to American producers to satisfy that demand with the abundant resources available in our country. If you're passionate about keeping energy affordable for your neighbor and reliable for everyone, then it's time you consider a career in oil and natural gas. Coterra Energy is expanding their Permian team and is offering an unmatched employee benefits package. If you're interested in applying, text Coterra to 71441. That's COTERRA to 71441. Coterra Energy is an equal opportunity employer.
Come celebrate the 25th anniversary of Eddy County's River Blitz. This event will be held on Saturday, March 2nd from 7 until 11 a.m. River Blitz is the annual cleanup effort of the river, happening in both the city and Eddy County areas. Pickup of provided supplies will begin at 7 a.m. at the Riverwalk Rec Center, located at 400 Riverwalk Drive. A hamburger and hot dog lunch will be served by the Eddy County Sheriff's Posse. For more information, call your Keep Carlsbad Beautiful Director, Mary Garwood, at 575-302-7665. Or meet at the Riverwalk Rec Center, 7 a.m. the morning of March 2nd. Come spend a morning that you will feel great about.
Tom A. Reese is on the air with B and the Breakfast Club.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
B and the Breakfast Club. Thanks for listening and making us the #1 way to wake up in southeast New Mexico. B and the Breakfast Club.
For the record, what you guys are doing is really creepy.
Hi, I'm Chuck Chakowski, supervisor at the Groundhog Day Spa, the only groundhog facility in America recommended by 2 out of 5 disgruntled PETA members.
Once again, PETA wants to change the annual Groundhog Day tradition in Pennsylvania.
Here's more from Becky, our chief groundhog groomer.
At our Groundhog Day Spa, we pamper the little furballs with full-blown TLC, or as we like to call it, totally ludicrous care. Full-body sponge baths, deep tissue massages, plus a waxing regimen for the ladies, so Mr. Gopher won't go through 6 more weeks of celibacy.
Cut. You can't call a groundhog a gopher. If we mislabel them, we could get in some serious trouble. That's probably PETA right now.
There you go. Groundhog Day coming up. Tom, what day is Groundhog Day?
Well, he's not here, but the answer is
He's not
Friday.
back at the studio yet. Gee whiz. All right, by the way, Groundhog Day is Friday, so get ready for that. We'll see if Phil sees his shadow or doesn't see his shadow. All right, quick check of the weather looking like it's going to be an awesome day today. Next couple days, really nice, except for Friday. We've got a slight chance of rain. 65 today and sunny, 41 tonight, 72 tomorrow, and Friday, a slight chance of the wet stuff. Check of the weather being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, camptallpines.com. You can find them on the web. Also find them on Facebook. You can find out what the weather is like up there by going there, going to their Facebook page and checking it out. And they have a webcam where you can check out all the weather conditions. Light dusting of snow last week. A lot of people going up there because, this time of the year, all the white snow is just beautiful. Check it out. Give them a call. Make your reservation. 575-687-4101. They offer cozy cabins, glamping tents, convenient RV hookups. Thinking about doing a big gathering up there, maybe family reunion, church gathering, whatever it is. They have all the amenities to take care of you. Go to the website, camptallpines.com, for more information.
All the roadways up there are clear, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Clear?
Yeah. And there is the snow that's still hanging around the ground is mostly on the northern side of things.
Recent cross-country United Airlines flight diverted because the Boeing jet had a cracked windshield. Scary situation, but still safer than Spirit Airlines when the pilot is smoking crack on Spirit. That has happened. One of the Spirit airline pilots got busted for smoking crack right before, he wasn't smoking crack while flying the plane, but he was smoking crack right before he started flying the plane.
Oh, yeah, because they don't allow smoking on the plane anymore, right?
And remember we had the issue where the door flew off of the same because the wing was without bolts, and then now the cracked windshield. Boeing can't catch a break. Boeing Airlines is falling apart quicker than anything made in China.
So
Not good.
So the fix for the cracked windshield is clear packing tape.
Yes. Crazy glue. Super glue. That'll
tape.
work. That will
Can't
work.
see through duct tape, Tom.
Ryan Williams and Hugh Jackman announced they're going to be filming together in Deadpool 3.
Who?
Ryan Williams, Reynolds,
Ryan
and
Reynolds,
Hugh
right.
Jackman
together.
together.
Yeah, there's already been leaked photos of that. Of course, Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Right, the Wolf.
Yeah.
What did you say? The Wolfman? No, he is Wolverine.
Wolfman. Starbucks is taking their extra virgin olive oil infused drinks. Oh, are you kidding me?
Starbucks has said repeatedly that if you own a gun, they do not want you buying their coffee. They have also basically said, and they didn't say it exactly this way, but if you are white and straight, they do not want you buying
They
coffee.
don't want you. But to put olive oil in coffee just sounds bad.
Nasty.
I mean, look, olive oil has a lot of benefits. I mean, I do a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I do the black seed oil, but olive oil is if you have dry skin,
I do have
drink olive oil before bedtime. Just a teaspoon of olive oil. And dry skin will disappear.
Okay.
But there goes that creepy laugh again. No, I'm serious. Olive oil.
I'll have to give that a try.
La Bamba actor visited the Roundhouse. Stopped in and visited the Roundhouse. Uzi Morales. And I looked up the pronunciation.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So
I was thinking Lou Diamond Phillips.
And took a picture with Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales. By the way, Morales
of course, his Uzi Morales and Howie Morales. I don't think they're related, but
yeah, right.
Morales has been in his biggest movie was La Bamba.
La Bamba, right.
But also was in Ozark and in last year's Mission Impossible movie.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I saw him.
He played Bob, Richie Valens' brother, in the 1980 La Bamba movie.
Now, did you know Howie, our attorney,
oh, here we go.
Howie Morales, our lieutenant governor, he used to be a baseball coach and a softball umpire.
What does that have to do?
Well, what it has to do, Kevin, is he wants to support Howie Morales.
I'm just saying,
a Democrat.
And I see him all the time at tournaments.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Well, hey, if you're going to say one Morales, you might as well give credit to the other one.
Can I borrow your drill?
I'm dealing with this disco music in the background, and then I got to listen to your dump rap.
Well, it is carrying through.
Yeah, it's getting louder as the night progresses, and it's already here. It's 11:16. Yeah, 11:16 at night. Yeah. And went downstairs. The wife and her friends are downstairs drinking. They've already finished one bottle of whatever. It's going to be a long night. Looks like, Tom, have you ever done any fasting?
Yes, I have.
When?
Years ago. There's a reason that you fast.
And what is that reason, Tom?
Do tell them.
Well, I mean, it could be anything from spiritual fasting for somebody or yourself.
For spiritual fasting for somebody. So
it
you'll
can be
fast
for spiritual or yourself.
Mm-hmm. Or if you just want to fast because you don't want to eat, you can do that too.
You can fast so you don't go slow.
Right.
So anyway, they're saying if you actually fast, it helps reduce inflammation. Potentially a damaging side effect to your body's immune system, and underlies the number of chronic diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson. Mm-hmm. So fasting raises the level of a chemical in your blood that inhibits inflammation. And so fasting is actually good for you and is very beneficial. And if you have stuff like type 2 diabetes or heart disease or chronic inflammation, fasting, they say, is the best thing that you can do. Now, Blake, I mean, when we talk about when they say intermediate fasting, what are they talking about? 6, 10, 12 hours?
Correct. It's you don't do it for a certain amount of time and then you eat after that, but only a light meal after.
I mean, I saw Dana White, who has been going to a guy, and the guy's name is Gary Bredrick. I think Breckett, I think is his name. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this guy's changed his life. And Dana White fasts. He fasts for 86 hours.
Okay.
So that's a long time.
That's a lot longer than intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting goes for those days. And that you can intermittent fast for like a 24-hour period.
Right.
24 hours.
Yeah.
So, Tom, have you ever fast for 24 hours?
No, that's enough for me.
That's enough for me. I mean, I fast for like 2 hours. I mean, it almost killed me. It almost, I was this close to dying. I'm just saying. I needed a Snicker after that.
Now, when I had COVID, I fasted because I didn't have an appetite.
That's not really fasting, bro.
Not by choice.
So the point being is that fasting can actually help you. I'm actually thinking about one time a week going 12 hours without food, which would be I would go to bed at 1 a.m.
Right.
And so 12 hours, what could I eat again, Tom?
Anything you want.
No, what time would I, if I'm fasting for 12 hours, at what time could I eat again? if I started at 12 a.m.
Well, if you started at midnight, you couldn't till lunch at 12 p.m.
Damn. You're smarter than I thought you were.
So what is, when you eat dinner, Tom?
Yes, sir.
In the evening.
About 5 o'clock.
Okay, and you don't have anything until the next day. What is that meal called?
That meal is called I need to eat.
No, it's called breakfast.
Right.
Break fast. Like you're breaking the fast, the overnight fast.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. So fasting can actually help you. It's they're saying is one of your best defenses. U.S. hasn't seen syphilis numbers like this since 1950. By the way, you know what else is up? STD rates.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Syphilis. And, as a kid growing up in the 70s, they used to show us a film.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And syphilis is one of those things that, I was like, oh, I don't want to get that, or gonorrhea.
Right.
I mean, when they brought out the rubber mallet, I was like, oh, no, I don't want that.
Wow.
So anybody grew up in that time and went through sex ed, you know what I'm talking about, the rubber mallet.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like, oh, no, I don't want none of that. But we're at since 1950, we haven't seen syphilis rates like this.
What's the cause?
I mean, I would hate to blame it on millions of people coming across the border, and I'm not. I don't know. I think more and more people are having unprotected, unvetted sex.
Well, I think that's true. But you have to, when you have a population of 8 to 10 million people coming across that have not benefited from the health care system of the United States in the past.
Oh, but they will. They will.
Right. But what I'm saying is you get diseases.
No
and I'm
doubt.
not saying they're disease carrying. I'm saying that some of those people will carry diseases across the border with them.
They don't know they have the diseases. I mean, look at diseases like hepatitis.
Mm-hmm.
Look at diseases. What's the other big one? Hepatitis and tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know you have.
Right.
In a lot of cases, you don't even know you have hepatitis.
And I'm not saying that that's the only cause, but I'm saying if you introduce 10 million people into the population of 330 million,
chances are some of them are going to be sick. And the crazy thing is, as my wife went through the process to become a legal resident, one of the biggest things they did was check for tuberculosis,
right,
and to check for hepatitis,
right, diseases that we've basically eradicated here, but not in other parts of the world.
And she had to get vaccinated for a lot of stuff because she had no vaccinations. She just had never been vaccinated.
And I can see your point too, Blake. When the Pilgrims came out here, they spread their diseases too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you have a population of people that migrates from somewhere else on the globe to another location, the chances are they're going to bring things that aren't in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So, and this is why when you do it the legal way, you have to be vetted and tested.
The human body is the nastiest body out there.
Well, and that brings up a really good...
The human body is the nastiest body? Is that what you just said?
That's what he said.
Yeah, but you were going to say what?
The human body is the nastiest body.
We're nasty with disease.
Compared to what?
You were going to say, Blake.
I think Tom is self-reflecting. But I was going to say, this brings up a really good point about these public health emergencies. How can you label guns a public health emergency, but not label the syphilis influx or rise a public health emergency? How can you not label fentanyl that's killing probably 2 to 3 times the number of people of every gun death in America combined as a public health emergency? How are you ignoring those things, but then you want to say guns are the problem?
Well, because it's part of the agenda. We all know this. Boob of the day on the way. Colorado skydiver falls to his death in a freak accident. What a way to go. Tom, what's the first thing that, somebody that dies in a skydiving accident, what's the last thing they feel?
Ouch. They feel an ouch.
Yes. I was thinking like their butt going through their head.
Oh, man. Well, unless they land flat.
So, man wearing a windsuit fell to his death in a skydiving incident in Colorado on Saturday after both his primary and reserve parachutes failed to deploy. Who the hell packed the chutes? Your ex-wife?
He probably packed them himself. That is one of the things you got to do.
Yeah, Gregory Coates, 36 years old, was skydiving near Vance Brand Airport and Longmont, and about 3:30 when tragedy struck, according to the Boulder County Coroner's Office. Airport's about 40 miles north of Denver, and both of his chutes failed to work. Tom, you know what a windsuit is?
Yeah, I've seen those on the documentaries. They put them on to fly off a mountain or something.
So it's kind of like a web sleeve jumpsuit. And so that's what he was using, but did have the parachutes because the only way to land is if you have a parachute. So FAA is looking into the incident, and they're trying to figure out how both parachutes could not deploy. Craziness. Florida man arrested after running into a thrift store fully naked, stealing merchandise. Well, he needed clothes. Michael DaCosta from Florida, of course.
Well, in Terminator, when they come back naked. And we are talking about doing those cyborg robot things earlier.
I mean, there's a special place in hell where, somebody robs a church thrift store.
Right.
But I mean, the guy was desperate for clothes. So he stole what he could steal. He's been charged with indecent exposure, retail theft, and a couple of other charges. Congratulations. 828 text line this morning. We'll come back, and we got the boob of the day. Hey, morning show this morning being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. I want to make sure I mention the contact information for Randy. Somebody sent me a message yesterday and said, hey, can you give me the contact information for Randy Pettigrew? RandallPettigrew.com. It's got his phone number there. It's got his email address. He's busy right now, very, very busy, dealing with the craziness going on in Santa Fe. But he will return your call or message, guaranteed. So if you need help dealing with anything in Santa Fe and the state of New Mexico, get in touch with Randy Pettigrew. He works for you. And, that's one thing he's never forgotten. CPAC says that he is one of the most conservative individuals when it comes to representing New Mexico and the state of New Mexico. Gave him an A+ rating. And he's running for a third term in office and needs your help. If you can give to his campaign, please do so. RandallPettigrew.com, RandallPettigrew.com. Tom in the text.
All right, this is critical. Ian Pecos and okay, I'm going to read it. This is for Blake to read the dynamic. You want to read it or do you want me to read it? Of Tom and Kevin, where Kevin picks on Tom. Is the big dog dynamic Tom is a less intelligent, weaker, ignorant male compared to Kevin. It's why he gets picked on all the time. If Tom were to call Kevin an ugly hellbelly every once in a while, or punch him in the privates, when Kevin mouths off on him, he gets more respect. But sadly, he has no fair and any common sense.
Wait. I'm going to stop you there. For somebody to be a hillbilly, they have to be from the hills. I'm from the swamp, baby. I'm from the swamp. I'm a coon ass from way deep in South Louisiana. So he'd have to call me a coon ass, and I'll take that as a badge of honor because I'm proud. I am a certified coon ass and have the tattoo to prove it right there.
He goes on to say, but sadly, Tom has no pair of any common sense whatever. When it comes to anything political, Tom is like a little dog, and Kevin is the big dog.
Not a bully.
And not a bully.
Well, if you would actually read and prep for the show, maybe you would know what's going on.
Right. And
Blake seems to know what's going on.
Blake knows everything.
I know what's going on. You're the odd man out.
Right. That's why we're so good. We're number one. And I think Kevin has a bromance with Tom. That's why he's always thinking of him at night before he goes to bed.
Keep reading.
And he's thinking about those double D's. Laugh out loud, says the text.
I'm thinking about double D's, but it ain't them double D's. And those are like double C's, maybe.
Well,
that I'm thinking of, but not Tom's double D's.
I'm working on my double C's. Anyway. And there you go.
Our buddy Neil was checking in as well.
Oh, yeah. Read that, would you?
He said, fine, good morning, guys. The typical fast is 16 hours, and then you eat all your protein and calories within an 8-hour eating window. I fast every other day, and it made a big difference for us. And Neil is listening in East Texas.
Neil McCoy.
Side note for Kevin, check out his buddy on YouTube or Instagram, Mike Cola. He's a great expert in fasting.
There we go. All right, we're going to talk about Texas Oil and Gas Association. The government has put all kind of restraints on drilling. Where does Texas stand as far as numbers? We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Got to get to the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff ready to help you. We talk about fasting. We talk about if you're looking to get your life in order, take your life back. It all starts with personal effort, but sometimes you need some help. You need some help. I needed help. I was eating right. I was exercising, but I was not getting to the point where I wanted to be. And I can blame it on hormones. That's the reason. My testosterone was low, and I needed some help. So Desert Functional was able to help me with testosterone replacement therapy, also helped me with feeling better as far as getting my pain level down with ozone treatment. Ladies, if you're going through menopause, you ought to go talk to these guys. They do hormonal optimization. Guys, if you are living in a world where your libido is very low and it causes strife in the marriage, 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Visit them online at thedesertfma.com. The name again, Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
So people complain about having to choose between Trump and Biden again, but they're not the only candidates. And now, here's another option. A 39-year-old woman in Colorado named Crystal Gable just found out she's running for president, and she's not happy about it. She didn't plan to run, and she doesn't want to run, but she'll be on the ballot in Minnesota's primary, running as the, quote, Legal Marijuana Now party candidate. So how did this happen? Well, she is a marijuana activist, and she's run for political office before. But it happened because she used to be in one of the party's Facebook groups, and they nominated her without her permission. They figured she'd be cool with it. She only found out because she has a Google alert set up on her own name. And Minnesota's primary is March 5th, so it's too late to have her name removed from the ballot. So she's out there actively telling people not to vote for her. Doesn't say who she wants to vote for, but don't vote for her. And she says, quote, We all have a common law right not to be forced to be a candidate. And she called the whole thing anti-democratic. She doesn't even know we live in a republic instead of a democracy. And for somehow getting on the ballot and then not wanting to be on the ballot, you are the boob of the day.
I don't want all that attention. I mean, I'm paranoid as it is because I smoke a lot of weed. 8:35, we are B and the Breakfast Club. We're going to talk about Texas oil and gas coming up during the next break. And guess who Ukraine is cozying up to? I didn't mention that earlier. Pewaukee man has been charged. Oh, this is not good. And no charges against a Farmington police officer in that deadly shooting at the wrong house. Talk about that. And a Montana family lost custody of their 14-year-old. I'm surprised at this story because it's Montana.
Right. Wow.
I'll talk about that. And Harvard's diversity chief. Oh, not another plagiarism case. Holy cow. We'll talk about that. And who was voted number one when it comes to Americans? Who would they want as their neighbor from the NFL?
Wow.
I'll give you the answer coming up.
Well, if it's 13-year-old girls, they want Kelsey so that Taylor will be there.
Oh, that's the way that works. All right, Tom, anything on the text before we go?
Oh, Joe from Hobbs. He's saying, wow, B, that music is bumping hard in the background.
Dude, it is. Yeah.
And just think how much we can hear it, how much louder it is for Kevin.
That is a quarter mile to a half a mile away. That's where I had to go walk and get coffee because I couldn't take my scooter down there today.
Wow. And this one text says, hey, B, how are you not doing like cucaracha with that music in the background?
It's crazy. It's great. And like I said, I'm going to measure it tomorrow. But it's at least a quarter of a mile away.
Wow, crazy. Hey, we got a phone call. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Yeah, on the fasting, it worked for me. I did the gladiator diet, they call it. I'm not a gladiator, but I said, what the heck? I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah. I was 220, and I went down to I think 275 within a month. So that was just eating once a day. So you pick your meal. I picked to eat supper. So I would eat supper. I wouldn't eat breakfast or lunch, and I would eat supper again when I get home from work. And it helped me a lot. So I feel better. I'm back to my old ways, though. I did it for like 2 months. Mm-hmm. And now I just limit my eating, but it's called the gladiator diet. And I ate a lot of blackberries, a lot of strawberries, sliced cucumbers with lemon, stuff like that, kind of healthy. I quit chewing tobacco, not blaming it on tobacco or shit like that, but, just try to get away from. Now I don't drink beer. I drink hard liquor. They say beer's got a lot of wheat and barley, and it tastes good. Right. But, when we
hey Frank, Tom is on he's on the seafood diet.
Everything he sees, he eats.
He eats. He has no willpower at all. None. Zero.
Yeah, and going back to the wars around us, man, Iran is really pissed off at us, and of course a lot of countries are, and if we don't keep praying, this thing will get out of hand, and we'll have World War III, like a smart man once said, how is World War III gonna be? Well, they're gonna use nuclear weapons, and World War IV, well, I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be sticks and stones after World War III.
Right.
Yeah. So, we've got to keep our prayers up. We live in a very beautiful country, and a lot of ugly things are being happening for the past 4 years or 3.5 years. A lot of bad things. Evil is out there. The devil is running rampage in Washington, D.C. like it always has. It's the devil's playground. And Obama is a false prophet. I don't care what they say. That's my opinion. he divided this country as soon as he walked into office.
Sure did.
And has been trying to take it down, taking it down ever since. Ever since he stepped on the White House, he's tried to tearing it down. Just like Hillary Clinton, when Bill Clinton won the presidency in the 90s, that Air Force flew above their inauguration, and they freaked out. They said, "Hey, that's uncalled for. They're threatening us." And Hillary Clinton grabbed the next person there next to her and said, "No, they're working for us now." So even when they dislike our military, they get threatened by it, and then they want to destroy it. And that happened in real life when Bill Clinton was being inaugurated in the 90s, and they flew over. They freaked out. They thought that they were going to bomb the inauguration and stuff. And then
what's crazy? You wonder why our recruitment numbers are so bad.
Yeah.
And then you see what's going on and the way we treat our veterans, and I get it. We need a marketing campaign. A complete.
Yes, sir. We sure do. We sure do, and for all the right reasons. For all the right reasons. Like if you signed up for our military, you are working for us, for the American people, not for the Biden administration.
No, not for the Biden administration.
The lady that talked about
Carrie Jean-Pierre.
She could not even say the word soldiers, our brave soldiers. She said it kept stumbling, and her tongue became
the people that serve the Biden administration.
If they don't read script, they cannot talk by themselves, and that is how you know that they're puppets. They're being told what to say, and man, when they cannot even say our brave soldiers, our brave men that lost their lives for this country.
And what's sad, Biden still hasn't contacted those family members yet.
He won't. He never went to Palestine for the derailment. He said
they had to fill out some paperwork first. What the heck is up with
so
that?
This administration, as we know, is being puppeteered. They're puppets for George Soros, Bilderberg, the UN. So it's a big mess in our country, and we need to stand up. We all can't be tips of the spear, but if we at least educate other people about the reality that's going on. It's not fake news. It's not this. It's reality that this country is in shambles, and there's a lot of brave people, not only 60-year-olds or 50-year-olds.
No, it's time to clean it up. Hey, I appreciate you, Frank. Take it easy. We got to take a break. 843. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror. AtlasMakeupMirror.com for more information. Find them and Hobbs and Carlsbad at Albertsons. Also in Midland and Odessa at Market Street. And don't forget, you can always just go to the website, AtlasMakeupMirror.com. It has been an awesome year. 2023 is an awesome year for Rebecca. She teamed up with Kevin from Shark Tank, the original Shark, and they have put together an advertising campaign in Texas. And then they were in Vogue magazine, and they've got placement in Albertsons and in Market Street. You can always just go to the website, AtlasMakeupMirror.com, or call Rebecca Long, local inventor of the Atlas Makeup Mirror, 575-631-3189. If you don't know about the mirror, it comes with 3 different mirrors, times 1, times 5, times 10, magnification, AtlasMakeupMirror.com. Taking a break. Let's qualify, folks, for the trip that we're giving away to Disney. We're coming right back. We're beyond the Breakfast Club, W105, 844.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Mickey Mouse. We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Tax filing season is here, and starting this year, New Mexico families able to claim a new child tax credit that ranges from $25 to $600 per qualifying child. A credit, which is based on income, generally decreases in value as income rises. This new child tax credit is expected to provide an estimated $180 million total to 292,000 families statewide. In 2022, New Mexico legislators joined other states creating a child tax credit. State officials then increased the value of the credit last year through House Bill 547. This is the first tax season with a credit now available to apply for in the state. Pipeline needs in the Permian Basin grew in step with oil and gas production, leading a midstream to expand its water transmission line in southeast New Mexico to meet the demand for wastewater disposal in the region. Oklahoma-based NGL Energy Partners said its subsidiary, NGL Water Solutions, was expanding the capacity of its Lee County Express pipeline system, more than doubling the line's capacity from 140,000 to 340,000 barrels of water per day. The project will add a second pipeline to the system, along with additional disposal wells and facilities intended to add more capacity to meet growing water disposals in the Delaware Basin, the western edge of the greater Permian Basin in southeast New Mexico. University of New Mexico Lobo alerts raised concerns for students. One of the most recent, a sexual assault reported inside one of the campus halls. Salvador Rodriguez, a UNM student, said that compared to last year, this year's alerts are different. Police are saying students able to access emergency services sooner by using apps like Lobo Guardian, Lobo Alerts, and Emergency Blue Lights. Rodriguez said his advice for students is to continue to stay safe. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
For every road you take, it's Permian Chevrolet.
The most trusted and reliable people are those at Permian Chevrolet in Hobbs. Trusted to find you and get you and your family into the car or truck of your dreams. Reliable even way after the sale. Permian Chevrolet's people take care of their customers. Give Permian Chevrolet a chance today. You won't be disappointed.
For every road you take, it's Permian Chevrolet.
701 West Navajo in Hobbs or anytime at PermianGM.com.
Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, is now hiring for multiple positions. The SSIT program requires a CDL and is a service supervisor in training. They also need diesel mechanics, E-techs, experienced pressure pumping hands, and equipment operators who have their CDL. Housing is still provided. Apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text oilfield to 63566. Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, now hiring. Text oilfield to 63566 or apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com.
Why are families driving from West Texas, Hobbs, Jow, Eunice, all over southeastern New Mexico to shop at Bob's Ridgeway? Is it the everyday low prices, the most locally grown farm fresh produce? Is it the hand-selected and cut meats, the hundreds of weekly specials, the clean, friendly shopping environment? Or is it just the fact that that's where for over 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther? It's all of these. It's Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
One day, two big shows. Kicker Monster Truck Show comes to the Lee County Event Center Saturday, February 10th. Kamikaze, Jurassic Attack, Overkill Evolution, Higher Education, Taurus, Black Stallion, plus a freestyle motocross show. And did we mention Tough Truck Racing? Come early for the pit party and take a ride on a real monster truck. Tickets now at KickerMonsterTruck.com. Sponsored by Four Rivers Equipment, Hobbs Iron and Metal, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and Garner's Motorsports.
Attention all hunters, gun and knife collectors, and reloaders. Los Alamos Ammo is holding its annual Winter Gun Show in Carlsbad at the Pecos River Village Conference Center on February 3rd and 4th. 2 big days of new and used guns, ammunition, scopes, reloading supplies, and knives too. Lots of great gift ideas. Come have lunch and enjoy the show. The Carlsbad Gun Show is Saturday, February 3rd from 9 till 5 and Sunday the 4th from 10 till 4 at the Pecos River Village on Muscatel. Everyone is invited to come buy, sell, or trade. Be there.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
Whoa, I woke up this morning.
If you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Be and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Hey, old man, try this.
8:51, we are beyond the Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning, being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them at jankojanitorial.com. Need somebody to clean up? Not a problem. They do commercial janitorial, industrial janitorial, and oil field janitorial. They've got the experience, and their folks are all certified pathogen, also certified hazmat, also PPE certified. They could take care of, and they sell cleaning supplies. So if you want commercial grade cleaning supplies, they've got you covered. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869, to go to JankoJanitorial.com. Florida Reptile Park announced that an extremely rare white alligator has been born. The baby's name is Mystic. Park's first white gator.
You can see those. The aquarium in New Orleans used to have one.
Yeah, I've seen the white alligator before. Makes a great pair of boots. It really does. I mean, I don't want to poo-poo on the Florida.
If only we knew any boot makers that could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome. And a Japanese monkey escaped from a zoo in Scotland and was spotted.
Yeah, Tom's
what
back.
What the hell was that?
That's the monkey sound.
That's Tom being back in the studio.
The monkey was spotted.
There's an escaped monkey in Scotland.
I was trying to call it out.
Raiding gardens in nearby villages.
Okay.
I mean, you just screw up my timing. I'm going for the punchline, and you gotta screw it up.
Hits it out of the ballpark, ladies and gentlemen.
You have never hit anything out of the ballpark. Never.
I did hit one home run in my whole life.
I doubt that very seriously.
Yeah, but she divorced you 90 days later.
92 days later. Let's get that right.
And then they consummated the marriage 5 times in 92 days.
Yes.
Tell you what, that honeymoon was spectacular.
About quality, not quantity.
Said
the texter.
Nobody. Including her, I'm sure she said, don't worry about it. It's about quality, not quantity.
I'm all about quality, ladies and gentlemen.
That sounds like stuff that guys tell themselves. Licensed to publish Sports Illustrated is being looked at by at least 2 bidders. So Sports Illustrated is done.
They're broke.
But it's looked at by 2 people, and one of them is former CNN president Jeff Zucker. He might take over Sports Illustrated.
Well, then it'll go
and
broken.
with a limited number of parking spots for private jets in Las Vegas, luxury jet parking is at a premium for the Super Bowl.
I bet. That's a little bitty airport too.
You know, since parking your car at the Super Bowl is a couple $100, how much do you think it's going to be to park your plane?
Shoot.
Thousands.
On all these non-eco-friendly planes.
Yeah.
Right.
And they talk about the after parties at the Super Bowl. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, will host a big after party for the 30th anniversary of Snoop and Dre's big hit, Gin and Juice. So they're going to have a big party.
So,
and I'm sure there'll be lots of.
So you're saying Eminem's going to be there even though the Lions didn't make it?
Yeah, probably. Texas Oil and Gas Association showing the state's energy industry showing no signs of waning, boasting record levels in crude oil production as the federal government introduces further environmental regulations. Texas, like, we ain't slowing down. Latest version of the group's annual report for oil and gas shows that $26.3 billion in state and local taxes paid in 2023 from oil and gas. That's $1.5 billion more than they paid out last year. And when it comes to fossil fuels, making a ton of money, just a ton of money. The industry employs about 480,000 Texans. Average pay in the oil and gas industry, $124,000 a year. Now those migrant work.
Go there.
Ukraine cozying up to China with the anti-Taiwan talking point. So, Ukrainian ambassador went to Beijing, told the Chinese foreign minister on Monday that Kyiv was committed to one China principle, which denies the existence of Taiwan.
Wow.
Well, I thought Ukraine was our ally.
No more.
Wait a minute.
Maybe they're just a bunch of whores in it for the money.
Making fool of us since the beginning.
Now, Russia is making the same claim about the Ukraine that China makes about Taiwan.
Exactly.
Where could this go wrong?
Well, when China gets
Taiwan,
they won't stop there. They will not stop there. Anything in the China Sea, they believe is their property.
Well,
where I'm sitting right now is right there.
Right. But what's to stop China if the Ukraine cozies up to them and kicks us to the curb, saying so long, suckers.
Give them the money back.
So long, suckers. And then so they line up with China, and China goes, oh, yeah, you belong to Russia.
Right.
Yep. Just before 9 o'clock, KWMW Malchimore 105.1 FM morning show this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you everything begins with a solid foundation. That's why they have Ready Mix Concrete. Yeah, Ready Mix Concrete, affordable prices, always the lowest possible price, and they give great customer service. Find them on the web at chancematerials.com or give them a call, 575-363-3240. Plants in Roswell and in Carlsbad, they're ready to serve you. Give them a call today. Tom on the text, we're coming back. Gun charge, we'll talk about that. And Chinese hackers. Remind me to talk about the Chinese hackers. We'll get to that next.
All right. Does Tom do that just to PISS people off?
Look, you said that word earlier. Why do you not say it then?
I didn't say no PISS.
Because I'm very contrary when it comes to pissing people off.
Right. And they have a huge white crocodile.
And the answer is yes.
Oh, is it? They have a huge white crocodile in the Dallas Aquarium. And this text says, B, what's sad that the families of those 3 soldiers, they probably don't want to hear from Biden anyway, says that particular text. And that Frank, he's pretty sharp, man.
Wait. It's coming from the text line, but it's a texter that sent that?
Well, for the text. And
okay.
That Frank is pretty sharp. He needs to call in more often. Yeah, I agree with you. I think next time we have to hang up on him because he sounded like Mickey Mouse, but that was a signal problem. But we'll do that next time. And hang up on that caller. I've heard enough. He's worse than Tom, says.
There was one earlier that Tom skipped over conveniently, and I'm going to read it just because it's funny.
Okay.
The texter is on the text line trying to get a text read with all the other text, says the texter.
Pretty cool. And I made all that stuff up myself. Wow. And there you go.
I don't even know what you just said.
I don't know, but I think he's morphing into Joe Biden.
Settle down, Tom. Settle down.
I'm coming down from a B12. That's what it is.
Settle down.
You get high on that stuff? Because I got high on that stuff.
Oh, my God.
Yes, Tom, it's a B12 high.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you don't come down off a B12 that fast.
All right. Hopefully I pronounced this right. Is it Pewaukee?
Yes.
Pewaukee man is facing charges after Benny's Law. Yeah, remember Benny's Law? Tom, what is Benny's Law?
I think it was that young man who got killed. The little boy.
That's a good guess.
I think I'm in that neighborhood. I'm not sure.
All right. So it's a gun safety law. If a child gets a hold of their parent's gun, commits a crime, then the parent is held liable.
A news guy that doesn't know the news.
Yeah, that's 3 years old, though. I mean, come on. That law's old.
Well, but you were doing the news 3 years ago. That's my point. Thank you. So anyway, Pewaukee man faces charges under Benny's Law after he gave a 17-year-old nephew a gun. According to the criminal complaint, the teen was trying to sell the gun at a Pewaukee Jiffy Lube last week. Investigators said the teen shot himself in the stomach when he was trying to take the gun apart, and a friend took him to the hospital. Now, the uncle is being charged under Benny's Law. Wait. I thought the law said that he had to commit a crime. Shooting yourself in the stomach is an embarrassing event, but it's not a crime.
It might be.
Is it?
It might be, depending, because, I mean, it's a discharge of a firearm, which is a crime.
So.
Which can be a crime, let me say it that way.
Yeah. Making a firearm accessible to a minor is the charges that he's being charged with, along with, So, but I hate to be devil's advocate. What if a kid is cleaning his hunting gun, his hunting rifle?
Could be charged. That was kind of the whole thing when that came up was, okay, this opens a Pandora's box.
It's all about taking your gun. Yep.
So are we saying kids shouldn't hunt anymore because they have to touch a firearm?
Well, if you're on the left, yes.
Oh. A Farmington police officer who shot and killed a man after going into the wrong house for a domestic violence call will not be charged. New Mexico Department of Justice confirmed the decision to KOB Channel 4. Department notified the district attorney and the Farmington police chief of the decision on Friday. New Mexico DOJ used to be called what was it called? The Attorney General.
Yes.
Attorney General's office.
Yeah. Now it's the New Mexico DOJ.
Department of Justice.
Yes, Department of Justice.
Jack.
The cop approached the wrong house, and it's a terrible situation. When you're rushing to save somebody's life, I get it, but no criminal prosecution for the officer involved in that shooting. Gender ideology tore a family apart. Montana family has lost their 14-year-old daughter after refusing to let her transition into a boy. So they lost custody of their daughter. Child Protective Service. Now, look, do you know what's scary? This is Montana.
That is
right.
Tom, would you think Montana is very conservative or very liberal?
Yeah, pretty conservative.
That scares the hell out of me. Harvard diversity chief accused of over 40 instances of plagiarism.
Do they have any senior faculty that hasn't plagiarized?
And I hate to point this out. I really do hate to point this out. But you put people in positions based on what? Color of skin?
Mm-hmm. And sexual orientation.
Sexual orientation and color of skin, yes. And if you had to pick one person, one football store Americans would want to live next to, Tom, who would you pick?
Dunkin' Donuts.
What? What did you say?
Dunkin' Donuts.
I think he's trying too hard.
No, I think he's an idiot. I said, what football star would you like to live next to? Unless Duncan is his first name and Donut is his second name, I don't know who the hell you're talking about.
I think I would Mahomes.
But then you got to put up with his goofy brother and his ridiculous sister. Right. I mean, wife. Well, it might be his sister / wife. Kelsey came in at number one. And I'm talking about Travis Kelsey.
Right.
If it was me, I think his brother would be kind of cool to hang out with.
It depends on who they talk to, because like I said, if those were teenage girls, they
Taylor.
Yeah, they're picking it for Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Coming up, number 2 was Patrick Mahomes, and number 3 was Odell Beckham Jr.
Really?
Party.
Yeah. I saw that Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad was quite upset after the Ravens loss,
right,
and said that his son needs to play on a team where they have a decent quarterback.
He's had 3 in his career.
Well, please don't go to the Cowboys. Do not go to the Cowboys.
No. 5-cent head. $1 million arm, 5-cent head.
Look, he's a bust. He's always been a bust. Beckham.
Dak? Yeah. Dak Prescott's always been a bust.
Your boy.
Dak Prescott.
Came out of LSU. He was a bust. He got lucky. He got a Super Bowl with the Rams. He's always been injured.
Injury prone, maybe. A hell of a receiver.
Not committed. When the Giants went to the playoffs first time, guess where he was on the off week? In Cabo with his buddies.
And he was injured, Tom. What do you want him to do?
You got to be with your teammates on a crucial time like that. It's supporting your guys.
If somebody knows anything about sports, it would be you.
It is.
You and Deion Sanders, right there.
I've never wavered off the Buffalo.
Hey, B.
Right there. Yeah.
Are Chinese hackers preparing to wreak havoc?
Yes, supposedly they're ready to wreak havoc on American citizens' communities, according to the FBI Director Christopher Wray. Wait, the Chinese, they're friends with Joe Biden. Why would they want to do that to us?
Good question.
I'm just wondering. So Christopher Wray is now saying the Chinese Communist Party they're threatening to launch cyber attacks on America's homeland. Do you know everything that we do pretty much runs off the internet? And I even our military, drones,
right,
aircraft, ships.
Right.
So Chinese hackers are positioned on American infrastructure and can wreak havoc.
Well, and that's kind of where the whole TikTok thing was going back to as well. So they, because it's another Chinese company, and one of the things they were talking about was that they gained some access that way.
Right.
But then he pointed out that they've got a bigger hacking program than every other major nation combined. That's huge.
Yep. Chinese hackers would still outnumber the FBI cyber personnel 50 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. The FBI, who is supposedly investigating the Chinese and every cyber threat, the Chinese hackers outnumber us 50 to 1.
Mm.
Wow, we must be asleep at the wheel. That's crazy.
They don't call our commander-in-chief Sleepy Joe for nothing.
Right. No, you're right about that. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, they've got them all. If you were working in the patch, living in a hotel, you might want to get yourself a fifth wheel. Check them out on the web, maintrailersalesinc.com, 575-622-1751. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Tom, wrap up the text. We're going to take our break.
All right, so Walker from Roswell is chiming in. Hey, Tom, did you verify the story about the family not wanting to hear from Biden? Because I heard they were welcoming him. I heard that, too, but that texter claimed that they didn't do it. You know, after that whole Taylor deal,
he's picky about what he found.
I can't stand Kelsey or the Chiefs. Go 49ers. And another text, it would have to be Jason Kelsey so I can check out his hot wife. Laugh out loud, says the text. And Patriot Larry is chiming in. Dunkin' Donuts, seriously, Tom? I spit my damn coffee all over after he heard that, says
Joe
Patriot
Jr.
Yeah.
in the house.
Hey, B, where in the
That's right, Jack.
Hey, B, where the heck is Farmington? That's this texter.
Farmington?
What?
It's near Oklahoma.
No.
Farmington? New Mexico?
It's not anywhere near Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's on top of New Mexico, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh.
Somewhere around there.
You're making me dumber as you speak.
Well, I've only been there once. It looked like it was in Oklahoma. They had a bunch of oil rigs out there.
B, who's our break sponsor by?
My God, please help me, dear Lord. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV times3.com, 988-0392. Check them out. They've got 30 and 50 amps available, 162 RV hookups, wired internet, right to your hookup. That's pretty cool. And they are pet friendly. Give them a call, 988-0392 or WWRV times3.com. Coming right back, be on the Breakfast Club or W105 912. Good news of the day coming up next.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse. We're going to Disney World.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Big tech bosses are back at the Capitol this morning for a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing about keeping kids safe on social media. Senate Democrat Richard Blumenthal and Republican Marsha Blackburn's bill would require more protection against addiction and inappropriate content.
It's really a question of priorities.
When our children are online, they're the product. Addiction to social media is the business model.
The CEOs of Meta, X, Snap, TikTok, and Discord are at the hearing. Two Iran-backed militias say they'll stop attacking American troops in the Middle East.
There have been nearly 170 of these types of attacks across the region since mid-October, and at least 4 since the deadly drone strike this weekend. Defense officials say they're still investigating which group launched the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. soldiers and whether it came from Iraq or Syria.
Fox's Rich Edson at the Pentagon. America's listening to Fox News.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
One day, two big shows. Kicker Monster Truck Show comes to the Lee County Event Center Saturday, February 10th. Kamikaze, Jurassic Attack, Overkill Evolution, Higher Education, Taurus, Black Stallion, plus a freestyle motocross show. And did we mention tough truck racing? Come early for the pit party and take a ride on a real monster truck. Tickets now at KickerMonsterTruck.com. Sponsored by Four Rivers Equipment, Hobbs Iron and Metal, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and Garner's Motorsports.
Class A CDL driver and heavy equipment operator opportunities are available now at McNabb Partners in Hobbs. If you have Class A experience with a dump truck or belly end dump, apply today. If you have experience with a backhoe, track hoe, loaders, or road graders, hurry down to 5014 West Carlsbad Highway to apply. McNabb Partners also has openings for general laborers. Uniforms provided. Don't miss out on paid health, dental, vision, and life insurances, plus a 401k. Apply in person today, 5014 West Carlsbad Highway in Hobbs. McNabb Partners is an equal opportunity employer. Must pass pre-employment drug screen.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S Oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Wildcats are 11-8 on the season and nearly put a feather in their cap when they almost beat Carlsbad last week, losing in overtime 57-54. Coach Casey Pack, how do you feel this team's going in as we get ready for district?
No, I think we're going in, battle tested and ready to go. That game against Carlsbad, we come on the losing end, but we learned, we grew from that, just dealing through adversity.
To win the district championship, it's pretty simple, says Pack.
We have to take care of home field advantage and try to go steal 1 or 2 on the road. And, that's one of the games we're going to try and steal on the road Friday night.
Coach, you opened up district against Artesia. What kind of team are they?
Artesia's a really good club. Played our Hobbs to within 3, I think. It was in Artesia, but I mean they had their chances to win that game. They're a top 6 team right now in 4A. I think we're ranked 9th, so it's going to be an awesome game.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
Can make the morning if we try.
Beat and the Breakfast Club in the morning. W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Get up! Get your fat ass up! Now get up! Like a beached whale. God.
65 for the high today. Should be sunny and looking really good. 9:19, good news of the day within minutes. Tradio coming up a little later on. And Blake, here's a perfect example of a guy that maybe shouldn't be released.
Okay.
This guy's got a GPS monitor on. And, yeah, he goes and commits a crime. Man already serving a life sentence for murder while out on a GPS monitor.
Yeah, he
in one
shouldn't be
case,
released.
but sentenced for another case on Tuesday. Devin Mumford pled guilty to shooting from a motor vehicle with a firearm enhancement back in 2020. The judge sentenced him to 3 years, which he will be serving, including the time, 25 years for a murder charge he picked up last week.
So who in their right mind would actually let this person back out?
I don't know.
Even with a monitor.
Yeah, 4 months after Mumford committed the crime, while out on custody with a GPS monitor, he was arrested for a shooting that killed another guy. And it was all over a drug dispute.
Of course it was.
I mean, just keep letting them out. Just keep letting them out. And they'll keep doing the same damn thing. You can count on that.
Well, I mean, you have politicians in this state who say, oh, these people are just trying their hardest. Let's punish law-abiding citizens.
So they could have changed the law.
They could have.
But they tabled it. They walked away from it, and that would have changed the bail laws in New Mexico. But they walked away from it. And look, the governor wanted this bill.
She said she wanted this bill.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now, knowing her and the way that she operates, and I'm not saying she did this, but she has done this in the past, she will publicly say she wants one thing, and then she will make backroom deals behind closed doors to make sure things like that get tabled so she can say, see, I supported it, but then they don't ever let it get out.
Yeah. According to the Department of Justice, 10 people were arrested in multiple cities concerning 2 federal indictment charges against members of an organized crime syndicate who allegedly conspired to traffic and import hundreds of kilos of cocaine and other controlled substances from Mexico to Los Angeles, and then ship some of that through Canada. And one person that was arrested happens to be from Odessa. Umberto Luis Borgado, 26 years old, was arrested, 18 counts. 26 years old. That's why I said Umberto 26.
Do you know him, Tom?
No, I heard of him.
Maybe you always know everybody over in Midland, Odessa. So
I thought maybe that was your.
Apart from Midland, man. Here's the deal with the deal. Okay, if you live in Midland, if you live in
here's
Midland,
the deal with the deal. Yes,
It was a deal with the deal.
You raise your kids in Midland, you raise hell in Odessa.
Was it a deal? Do you think it was a deal?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure the people of Odessa appreciate the hell out of that.
They like the deal.
It's true.
The deal was the deal. Yeah,
I ain't being snobby either.
Oh, I'm sure you were raised like in the cream of the crop neighborhood for sure. 6 pro-life activists found guilty face 11 years in prison for a peaceful protest. These folks were protesting at a clinic in Tennessee in 2021. They could face up to 11 years in prison. So this is a peaceful protest. They would basically go out there carrying signs. Oh. So you can't protest outside an abortion facility nowadays?
Nope. Nope, you can't do that because they don't want you to.
Well, I mean, if I stay on the sidewalk, that's not actually
that's
their
one of
land.
Their things. You can't protest something they support.
Oh. We talked about this last week. John Fetterman John Fetterman is coming closer to the middle. John Fetterman has been out. He's Jewish. Imagine that. Fetterman, Jewish. And he's been carrying the Israeli flag.
Good for him.
Fetterman's wife has shut down her social media because she has been attacked by the leftists. I love when they eat themselves. I mean, it's crazy. Pennsylvania man arrested after his father found beheaded inside the house. So he was living in the house with his beheaded father, whose body was found inside the home.
That was just,
He really lost his head.
Yes.
33-year-old son.
There can be only one.
The son shared a disturbing video on YouTube. That's how they decided to go and check this out.
So is he Muslim by chance? Like,
no. No.
The beheading
But there
thing.
was a story about a Muslim father that killed his wife and his daughters.
Yep.
He spared the son. Did you see that? He spared the son.
Because he's male.
And I kind of skipped that story because I thought it had no point of him being Muslim, because he said he killed her because he was sick and tired. He said he worked all day and all she did when he got home was complain. So, I mean, invoking Muslim killing, I wouldn't kill the kids.
Well, if they're girls, they very much are sexists.
Yeah. He did spare the kid, the son.
The boy, right. Because
the boy. Yeah, the boy. Sexist. Yeah, he did. All right, we got to get to the good news of the day, 9:26. Tom, we'll get to the good news up next. Text line 877-396-W105 if you would rush along and get her done.
All right, so this text is saying, what kind of music is we listening to be? I mean, she sounds like she's really
it's not
getting...
we listening to that's actually a disco, dance, whatever you want to call it. It's about a half mile or a quarter mile, at least a quarter mile away. Yeah.
Partying down there. And
hip-hop.
Right.
And techno music.
I have one more before we go back to it. Montana was very conservative. It's not so anymore. There's still plenty of conservatives, but the Missoula, Bozeman, and the Kalispell all are liberal havens. Thank the Californians that are moving in there, says the text. And of course, what's her name? Still lives out too, right? Liz Cheney?
Wyoming?
Yeah.
Or Montana?
Oh, Montana. Wyoming, you're right.
Different state.
It's right next to it.
You know, when I say hurry, it means like just read the text. 9:28. Good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Take care of all your insurance. Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington.
So a newspaper delivery guy in St. Petersburg, Florida, saved a 75-year-old woman's life this month. He was dropping off her copy of the Tampa Bay Times at 3 a.m., and he saw that her deck was on fire. So he woke her up, grabbed a hose, and put out the fire, and everyone's okay. And speaking of elderly women, the oldest person in America turns 116 next week.
Wow.
And we're all invited to her birthday party. Her name is Edie Caraselli, and her hometown is Willits, California. They're doing a parade past her house and asking anyone that wants to come be in it to come be in it. She's the second oldest person in the world. The lady in Spain is set to turn 117 on March the 4th. And a woman in Arizona named Jolie Sanders recently tried to donate a kidney to her brother Frank. Unfortunately, she was not a match, but it made her realize what a big impact one of her healthy kidneys could make on someone's life. So she decided to donate it to whoever was a match. Well, it turns out that person ended up being a guy in Chicago named Tony Gonzalez. And it turned out Tony's wife, Tracy, was a match for Frank, Jolie's husband. So she decided to donate too, and both men got new kidneys they needed. The families just got to meet for the first time for an emotional video chat, and that good feeling video is online. You could go search that out. And that is your good news of the day.
All right, it's 9:30. I get a break from Tom. Thank God, 24-hour break. I don't know if it's enough.
Fast.
I just don't know if it's enough.
He really misses me.
You're fasting from Tom.
It'll be the first thing that fast from him, that's for sure. All right, we got to take a break. Come back. Got Tradio. Russ Black is standing by. Is he standing, Tom?
He's over there.
He's over there. Tradio. We'll get to Tradio. Buy, sell, trade coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job. Find them. All you got to do is give them a call, 575-631-1999. Schedule your next appointment. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating, because you never can tell if you need your air conditioner or heating because you live in southeast New Mexico. Give them a call today if you've got issues with air conditioning or heating. They can take care of it. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the Thursday edition of BN The Breakfast Club and the first day of February. Let's check in with news.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Tax filing season is here, and starting this year, New Mexico families able to claim a new child tax credit that ranges from $25 to $600.